Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Telia Misfits. Woo! Woo!
Woo!
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Cooperation. This would be, I believe, episode 7. We were off last week, but we now have a new episode of Tally Misfits. I am joined by my good friends, Savian,
Hey!
Sarcastrophe,
Woo! Yay!
Raining Blades, and Ocean X.
Hell yeah.
Sarcastrophe, no. The chat does not show up on stream because it would be too cluttered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but the emotes they pop in. Yeah, I have it.
I saw my squid boy show up and I was like, hey,
Yeah,
nice.
no,
I was
no.
gonna say, you could put it over like the just kind of the top right, over like half of the Roll20 like chat, because
Oh,
don't
I
need
use
to.
that for the initiative order.
Good point.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at the spam. Look at the spam. Look at the spam on screen. There we go. Huh?
I don't know if my sub anymore. So
Well, you can just put whatever emotes. That's fine. Yes, we do get sidetracked a lot. That happens. That it's just D&D with friends. It usually ends this way. So before we get sidetracked even further,
hey guys, did you watch the latest episode of? I'm kidding.
I'm going to kill you. Anyway, Emerus,
That's me.
what happened last session? Yes, last episode.
What happened is, well, I woke up. The last thing I remember is climbing up into the window of the house where we suspected there might be some trace of Sketch, and there was Sketch in the window, and he shot me, and I fell, and I don't really remember anything after that, quite honestly. But in fact, while I don't remember much of what happened in the physical realm. What I actually meant to say is I remembered everything of what happened in an astral plane where I fought a magnificent battle using the powers of my mind against Sketch's psychic projection, which of course I was victorious over. And when I did awake, I found that the power of my mind was enough to blow apart Sketch, and well, pieces of him were everywhere over the neighborhood. It was not a pretty sight, but with powers such as mine, such mass destruction can unfortunately be a side effect.
Mm-hmm.
I later learned that Callahan as well had been instrumental in Sketch's defeat, for his holy powers were extremely effective against the dark energies of the corrupted rat person. Unfortunately, Dina, who had also been at the scene, ran away, and we were much too. 1 second, sorry. Sorry about that. And we were much too preoccupied to chase after her. However, the sheriff and the guards quickly arrived, and with their help, we explained what had happened, and he assured us that we would be rewarded, which, of course, we accepted. After arrest, we went to. I actually just can't remember. Did we pick up the reward? We did, right? Oh yeah, we did.
Yes.
We went to pick up the reward, and it was a lot of money, and also the box which the gold had been placed in was being tracked. So I believe Kyoho actually sniffed it out using her impressive intuition. Following that, we decided to investigate the residence which we had found Sketch in. Although we knew that the guards had surely turned it over, we thought perhaps we might be able to find something that might give us some clues. even with sketch defeated, of course, there was the matter of Dina and the wards that we'd been tasked with locating, of which we found none. I'm sure none of my comrades would have found them and kept them or handed them over without telling me. I'm sure that wouldn't have happened.
Absolutely not.
Definitely
Of course
not.
not.
Just like you would never do blood pacts with anyone.
Yes, that also definitely didn't happen. Simply a deal to hand over these scrolls. No kind of blood magic involved. So we returned to this residence, and we didn't really find anything, but someone found us. A strange blonde man with very nice clothes and different colored eyes. And that is where the last session ended.
That was incredibly accurate, especially the fight.
Yes.
Yes, that was
It definitely wasn't a bunch of radiant damage that knocked out Sketch.
It was the mind battle mixed with the physical battle. I was on the side DMing for Emeris alone while everyone else was having the fight. You guys don't understand how complicated this 4D D&D thing is.
I've heard people talk about Shadowrun. I get what you're saying.
Yes.
It's so impressive, Ryan. Like, honest to God.
Yes.
Honest to Mal in this scenario. Just...
All right, so we return to the world of the continent of Telia. As you come down from the stairs, you stand before a man identifying himself as Yoru Silva. He, like Emeris recalled, a good-looking, well-dressed young man, seems to be in his 20s, early 20s, with ash blonde hair, red and green eye, and currently leaning on a very embellished cane. He smiles at you, showing perfect teeth, and does a slight bow of his head and says, "Good evening. I wish to discuss something with the killers of the Rotten Kings." And he does a little flourish as he bows once again. "My employers were very impressed with your investigation and combat abilities. As such, I have been instructed to make a proposition to you fine people." Then he does another bow with a flourish.
Thank you kindly for your praise, though you must have eyes and ears all over the city to have discovered this and found us so quickly.
There is little my employers don't know. There is little my employers don't hear, and there is little my employers don't see in this city and many places around the continent.
Your employers being?
I have not been given permission to provide you with that information. My apologies, but in due time, you might earn it.
Can I... Actually, I have 2 questions. No, 3 questions.
All right,
They're already small ones. First one is, how do you spell your man's name? Yoru is...
It's Yoru.
Yeah.
Silfer.
Hey.
That's so much easier than I pegged for it. Okay. Second question is, can I tell what race Yoru is?
Oh, he is a human. It looks human, at least.
Does he kind of look Italian, or does he look like he's from the...
Italian?
No, he actually...
He look Italian?
No. He seems to be from the area of Winbor. From this area. So he does not seem to be from the old continent. At least in terms of complexion and in terms of accent. Third question.
That was actually going to be the next question. As where does his accent come from? Does it kind of seem like he's from Westreach, or is he from just a general area?
Oh, that's a good question. Roll me a quick history, Callahan. since you've been around a little bit. You have no idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah, zero, baby.
You never had like an ear for accents. They all just sound pretty difficult for you outside of the ones from your hometown. So
It's just so well dressed. I mean,
He sounds like Dark's accent.
God,
he's from Baltimore.
um, that was the best way to start the session. I'll tell you right there.
Well, we got it out of the way.
We got that natural one out of the way.
Or it's a
Yep.
sign of things to come.
Yes. It's either one or the other. He looks at each of you and waiting for you to say something, and then he clears his throat. Would you like to hear the proposition then?
Well, there's certainly no harm in hearing.
Of course. Simple conversation. It is, however, in your best interest to consider it. Now,
A lot of people have been saying things are in our best interest these days, and I'm not sure I trust all of them.
well, with my employers, we take very good care of the people that do us good. And he smiles at you, Kyoho, and gives you a small wink.
Eye roll.
He continues to smile, seemingly unfazed, and then
I like to imagine saying eye roll. It's not rolling her eyes. Ho just like did a flip.
She actually took out a d20 and rolled it on the ground.
Yeah.
Just like what she did.
All right. He clears his throat once more, and then he looks between each of you as he's speaking. Well, very, very impressed. My employers would very much like for you to cease any and all investigation on this Dina woman. You are to stop looking for her, ask about her or her past. In short, you are to act as if Dina never existed in the first place. And in exchange, my employers are more than happy to provide information on the fate of a certain, and he looks towards Damir, halfling by the name of Volchnik.
I beg your pardon.
I was not, was I not direct and clear enough? In exchange for you to stop your operation and investigation on Dina, I will give you information on a wizard by the name of Volchnik. I don't think I can be more clearer than this.
I'm not sure who this individual is, but one thing that you should understand is that we are looking for Dina not specifically to look for Dina, but for something in her possession.
Indeed, we are quite aware of this. Let me be frank. This proposition is merely a gesture of good faith. My employers really wish for you to stop your investigation. We are
Why?
merely offering you something in return because we would like to be on amicable terms with you lot as neutral individuals in this wonderful town. As for why, I am not at liberty to discuss or divulge that information. If you are worried about the glyphs, the wards that she possesses, that would not be a concern of yours, I assure you.
Okay, but what about the fact that I still want to shove this sword through her for setting that off near me?
Well, unfortunately, that would not be possible. You would have to contend with the fact that your revenge will not be carried out.
What about the possibility that we have already made arrangements to provide these glyphs to another individual?
Oh, you're speaking about your little deal with Ivy, I assume. I would not worry about that. A few words with Ivy might solve this, or words from such eloquent gentlemen such as yourself.
Can I make an inside check on Emrys?
Go for it.
Like
uh,
just that immediate, when like you have
yeah,
a friend over and they mention cigarettes and
roll an insight. Roll an insight. Just
should I roll anything? Because I'm not lying.
yeah, you're not lying. It's just if he notices that you are very interested in keeping that
yeah,
deal with Ivy.
I'm trying to see like what your reaction to hearing about the deal is. Not kind of like if you're lying or not. Being like,
Emery's just kind of like noting that I forgot this guy's name again.
Yoru.
Noting that Yoru noted like it was aware of the deal. Emery's just kind of like narrowed their eyes, just kind of like okay, and
Callahan's narrowing his eyes now.
God, the ceiling must be very interesting in this place. Now, I am actually very short on time, so I would appreciate if you would give me an answer.
Well, I don't know about that halfling you guys are talking about. What is in it for me for accepting this?
Once again, my employers wish for you to cease all investigations. This piece of information is merely a gesture of good faith. Either way, it
Can
would
I
be in your
ask you
best
for some
interest
information
on.
that I am curious about this place?
Depending on what the information might be, depending on what I am authorized to give.
What is the deal with the creature that lives in the well?
Ah, yes. I am not at liberty to divulge that information.
I see.
Can I kind of like hold out a hand and kind of like wave at Kiyomi like, yo, look. Clearly this guy isn't actually asking for a deal. He's telling us what to do. So I'm thinking we regroup somewhere else, huh? I turn back to the guy and like take out a small pamphlet for the church of Mall. We'll leave things be, but I expect to see you somewhere around here. And I point at any like church meetings available.
Emery's looks over to Demir like Demir, this information is being offered to you, so whether or
I
not this
understand.
is something worth accepting, I believe is something important for you to judge.
Yes, I understand that. But fact of the matter is, good sir, I mean, this person we've tasked ourselves with searching down. It's why, yes, there's been other reasons such as the scrolls in her possession. It was also a large part the fact that she, in part, made these various atrocities happen to begin with. This mass destruction, all these people that have died due to her actions.
I believe there's no harm in looking away this once. She will not be a threat to anyone else.
I can make no such promises. And I'm not certain you can as either.
Hmm. He looks at the pamphlet in his hand, which was clearly hand drawn by Callahan. You actually
Very good.
see him
Yeah.
fold it and place it inside his vest. And he adjusts his vest, looks at all of you. I require an answer, a straightforward answer. Do you refuse or do you accept?
I
Right
look at
now.
Demir.
I do not accept your offer.
His smile never fades during all of this. But he looks at the mirror, and then he looks around at the rest of you and shakes his head. That is quite unfortunate. Well, I cannot force you to take the deal. Yet I will issue a warning instead. Cease your investigation anyway. For my employers will be very displeased if you continue. It would be quite the shame if a certain, and he looks towards Callahan, Seiryu clan learned of the existence of the remnants of the late Gembu clan here in the mainland. Then he shifts his eyes towards Emeris. Or if a certain arcanist by the name of Albion were to learn of the location of a missing and highly sought after student. Then he looks.
Emery's like doesn't even like react at all. Just kind of like seems unswerved.
Then he looks towards Kyoho. Or if a certain someone's master's killer were to learn of the student's location, it would be quite positively tragic if your investigation were to end abruptly if a few of you were to go missing. So, you may refuse and you may do whatever you wish. A warning has been issued. Then he tips his head, as if tipping a hat he does not have. Good day. And then he turns around and you just see him start walking away.
Emery's just watches, doesn't like bid him good day in return. Just kind of waits for
Looks very, very grumpy.
When he turns his back, I'm going to just flip on the bird.
Yes. He, if no such thing, no other things are done. He is gone within a few moments. Turns into an alley, and you don't see him anymore.
Well, that guy was how do you put it? A tool.
Yes, I believe that is an apt description.
To put it lightly,
There's
anyway.
a part of me that wants to end this investigation and just leave this cursed town and all of its convoluted bullshit behind us.
This town certainly does appear to have a rather deep and expansive web of deceit about it.
Yeah, pretty much everyone we've met is a scumbag or knows a scumbag. This is like do anyone here ever meet someone they actually liked from this town?
At least
Exactly.
Sketch was forthcoming about his desires.
Sketch, the guy who is a rat person.
I'm not saying I liked him. I'm just I'm just saying like he didn't he didn't put on any airs about wanting to blow people up to get his drugs.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He
Jeez, I
didn't
just remember him being the
resort to-
worst. Yeah, I mean, like there were so many things that were wrong about him. It was hard to really remember why we were killing him.
Yes, my point is he didn't threaten us and go out of his way to force us to obey him without giving any reason or even information on why this
That
man
is
who
true.
just
And
approached us didn't even reveal his employers to us, which
I would like to make that as a point that the only person in this entire town that didn't want something from us and who like has any bit of like modicum of decent personality was the drug lord who were bombing innocents.
exactly my point.
To be fair, in a way, he did want something. He wanted the eternity of the apothecary that we had managed to rescue from his lair, and therefore, just as the message was sent to the guards, might as well have been sent to us. So, in a way, he actually did want something from us, and therefore was trying to leverage the lives of innocents in order to get us to comply.
Correct.
Well, like we would have the power
We
to give
need
him the
to get
guy
out of
back if
here.
we wanted to.
Like, look, guys, I don't know if you guys want to stick together, if you guys want to do whatever, but I'm just thinking, four of us figure out where the next town over is. Like, I would like to get the hell away from here. I had to cure magical hoo-has and all that sort of stuff.
Yes,
Sure.
some distance from this might be advised, though one thing to keep in mind is that we were also advised by the sheriff to remain in town.
I
Once again,
believe that was within context of Sketch still being at large, but I could be mistaken.
They got
um,
rid of the thing they were using to track us, so they can't tell if we leave or not.
Yeah, is that something that and Callan kind of like looks at Demir and Emrys, kind of holds a finger. I was like, is that anything that either of you guys know how to do? Is this a common thing?
pardon me. I am able to track people, yes, though for a limited period of time. I cannot imbue my mental powers inside of an object for my
Yeah,
powers.
you got the no. I know about your brain thing, but like with a box, is that
Well, there are many schools of magic, as Demir and I briefly touched on when we visited. I'm drawing a blank. What was the name of the mage? Arthur. When we
Arthur,
visited
yes.
Arthur, divination is a prominent school of magic and uh, is used quite readily in order to track individuals and people.
Not one that I particularly am well versed in, though.
Yes, many mages have their own specialities. Of course, I have mine, though I am learned in other concepts, of course. My knowledge is very deep.
yeah, I really do gotta hand it to you. I can never figure out what your shtick is gonna be. One moment you're reading people's minds, next you're pushing things over with your awesome powers.
Why, thank you, Callahan. And of course, the same to you. Your assistance in the fight against Sketch. From what I hear, I was unconscious during most of it, but um, it seems to have been quite handy.
Just trying to keep you safe, little buddy. And I pat Emrys on the head.
And you too. Regardless, it was suggested that we could skip town, as you say, though. In regards to the question of whether we should stick together, I believe that would be the safest choice. There's evidently a large number of unsavory groups and individuals in this town, and if we are to, well, avoid a fate such as the one our blonde friend just now was describing, we would at least stand a better chance with each other.
Yes, and not to mention that but to be quite perfectly honest, I've actually come to enjoy all three of you, and certainly feel that we could all help each other in whatever comes next, our own personal goals, or as you alluded to, avoiding such unpleasantries should they befall upon us.
Indeed.
If we need to hide out in the woods for a while, I should be able to help with that.
Gavin looks visibly uncomfortable at the idea of having to just chill out in the woods. What is would we know where the next town over is? Or where the nearest like settlement?
All right.
Or would we need to get like a map or something like that? Isn't that
A
like
map would help. Roll history. You can all roll history if you
oh my
wish.
god.
Oh,
Hey!
boy.
Oh my
History.
god! Look at those big numbers.
Mhm,
Rookie number
mhm.
7. Come on, let's go.
Anyone else?
My roll 20's being slow.
Don't worry.
Which is not letting you claim bonus points.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah, no, give me a second. I turned it off because during the non D&D streams, I don't actually need to have hero points up.
Oh yeah, hero points. We should like not forget about those.
we should totally not forget.
Last time I used my hero point to find a potion of healing on Emers's unconscious body.
I don't think I've used a healing.
There we go.
No, it's like I've got like the bonus points for sitting around in stream. It's not letting me claim them.
Yep, it should be available now. Supposedly.
I was having this trouble in
I see
friend
it.
of mine stream the other day.
Hero
I've
point and
refreshed to see if that'll help.
Kill a PC. I can almost afford killing a PC, you know.
You can.
Save
All right.
Like great NPC. That's where I'm going for.
Well, you can. All right. So, let's see. As makes sense, Kyoho is not really aware of the surrounding area more than a few towns over. She does know about Feywave, which is to the south, which is a port city, and where her ship landed when she got to the continent. Damir, you'd know this as well. The rest of you have a general idea either from talking to people or reading in whatever pieces of information, pieces of books and whatnot that you've
Life
scoured.
magazine.
Yes, that too. You know that Westreach is the westernmost city, not town, but just biggest city in the western section of the known world, or known continent. You do know that there's Litfald to the east. This is the nearest town settlements. There's Litfall to the east. There's Feywave to the south. There's Mosheer to the north, and to the northeast there's a town called Folrocall. They're not. None of these towns are as big as Westreach. The only town that is bigger than Westreach would be Silrook, which is way further to the east, and it is the capital of this kingdom. Aside from that, Westreach is the second biggest city in this place. There's
Sorry, what's the capital's name called again?
Silrook.
Perfect.
So you have options. You certainly have. You also have Keimer, which is to the southwest. No, the northwest-ish. There's Keimer, and then there's other places above it. And then above this kingdom to the north, you also have Glarion, which is another nation altogether. Shut up, Spyro. Speaking. Oh yes, Emerus, you do know Keimer because obvious reasons.
Hmm.
Yeah, you do know that Keimer is northwestish. Yeah, that's in general the mental map you guys have.
Okay. Um,
What's the closest out of all those? Which is like the like closest, regardless of the direction you go in?
All right. Feywave and Litfall seem to be the closest. They are both generally the same direction. Although to go to go to Feywave, you can follow the main road. There's a large road that goes from Silrook to Westreach. You took this when you went from Feywave to Westreach. And this road at some point breaks off into Feywave, so it does make traveling easier. To Litfall, there are several smaller roads, but it is about the same distance as Feywave. The other ones are a bit further, not too much, except for Keimer, but a bit further, yeah.
No.
Where?
Well, I cannot speak for the rest of us. I know Kyoho in particular is quite able at taking care of her stuff in the wilderness, but it is not it's not particularly something of a skill of mine, I should say. So, but perhaps something not too terribly off the beaten path, so to say. Maybe something that it's relatively simple, straightforward to go towards. Perhaps on not necessarily even the main road, but any sort of well-versed, well-traversed passageway.
yes, indeed. Though before we attempt to leave for anywhere, we should perhaps see if we can finish up any business um, in this area. Swiftly, of course, but just in order to make sure that we don't leave any loose ends hanging. For example, it may be to our best interest to contact. I can't remember what the Silver Tongue. It may be in our best interest to
Ivy?
contact Ivy. Yes, it may be in our best interest to contact Ivy and inform her that we could not procure the glyphs, and possibly also inform her of the individual who approached us. She, well, she has said herself that she knows everything that goes on in this town. She may be able to enlighten us at least as to the manner of which this organization that has approached us is, and what we may be faced with if we continue to go against their interests.
Well, I can't say I particularly like the idea of continuing to converse and ally ourselves with Ivy, but considering she doesn't seem to be too particularly evil per se, nothing blood pact related or anything of the sorts, that should probably be fine.
Yes, certainly no blood pacts, though she did request, simply a request, not a blood pact, the glyphs. So informing her that we were unable to locate them would at least show her that we have not run away, which she might not take kindly to.
Yes,
I mean,
quite.
that's
And perhaps,
fair.
yeah, so perhaps since, well, I know you and Kyoho were the ones to converse with her in that regard, perhaps the two of you could, perhaps go reach out to Ivy and converse with her, and perhaps Callahan and myself could, so any other loose ends we might need to address, perhaps regarding the guards or something else.
Demir, you could potentially make brief contact with Arthur, since he also requested the scrolls. Since
What's this Arthur guy like anyway? I never met him.
um,
I can go with Demir if you think that like me and him might mesh well.
I
Me
do
and
not.
Demir are pretty chill.
You may not mesh well. He's somewhat
He
particular.
he likes to read books, but I'm not sure any related to religion or
Well, I can lend him
moral.
one of
Praise be
mine.
to him.
I'm always happy to help like good-natured people. You know what I mean? Like as long as he's not some misogynistic dickweed, you know.
Arthur is a misogynistic dickweed, Callahan.
Come again?
He is well,
he reminds me a lot of the individual we just well.
he is a rich, successful mage. He is
What you're telling me
well,
is that he is a pillar of the patriarchy. Is that what you're trying to convey to me right here?
whatever that means. Yes.
With a passive
I
perception
don't
of
believe he'll
23, I'm
be.
very woke about these issues.
I don't think. I think what Emrys is trying to say is that he won't be casting the shatter spell on any glass ceilings in the near future.
Goddamn nerd.
Very, very well put. Very well put. Okay, well then I guess I don't know, I guess I'll see if I can get us a cart or something.
Did you not say that you had you had some individuals to heal, or have you already done that?
Oh, I've done my healing.
Yeah, that would actually be a good idea, Ken. You and I could perhaps see about procuring additional transportation or any supplies for a lengthy journey outside, whether it be food or.
I've got to run a few things by you as well before I travel. You know, I've got a few ideas of the direction we can take this adventure.
Very well.
Out of character asking this, what time of day is it? I know because we woke up and we pretty much went straight to.
Yeah,
This
and
place,
then
so-
you went around town, so it is. I'm gonna say it is late afternoon. Because you did go around town and then did some investigating and whatnot, so it is.
We went in, we got a reward, and then we purchased some things such as the pearl,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and then we came over here.
Yep.
Forgot about that. That's true.
Cool.
Right. Perhaps we could attempt to cover these loose ends tonight, and aim to leave tomorrow.
Seems like good work for me.
I guess we'll touch base back at the soldiers.
Yeah.
Emrys, look after Kyoho. I look at Kyoho. I kind of mouth, "Don't let anything happen to Emrys."
Henry's
Still
just like,
will nod.
yes, Kyoho will be in good hands.
Thanks, Em. I'm really rooting for you. All right, here.
Splitting the party up again. Splitting the party up again.
It seems
We're
to be
gonna
a
die.
trend
We're
in the
gonna
yeah.
We,
Yeah.
we were literally just like, we should definitely stick together.
Technically, we're still sticking together with someone, just not multiple people.
That's true.
Cool. The party healer is going with the tankiest member.
Yeah. Also that. All right, so
Oh, look, we can't just baby each other,
So Callahan and Demir will survive, and
all right,
Forever,
so
man.
you all four of you break into two different groups, splitting the party as we've stated. First of all, Callahan and Demir, what are you guys doing exactly? Because it might be just quicker to handle your side.
I think we were pretty much going to look for just to see like potentially any supplies or something like that for like food or tents or stuff like that for a long trip. Potentially a cart or something, horse and cart.
Okay.
We did get a good chunk of change.
You
so
did
we
get
might
a good
need to
chunk of
grab
change.
stuff.
Yes. All right. So, you go around. There is a stable, and there is here and there might be places where you can procure possibly a carriage of sorts and horses. You do learn that if you do want horses, there are only riding horses. If you do want horses with the saddles and bit and bridle, yeah, that thing, um, it would come up to about 100 gold per horse for riding horse. You also learn that for the pack horses, the ones, the work horses, which are slower but can push more weight, that would be significantly cheaper. And for a carriage, if you want to buy just a carriage and 2 horses, that would come to about 250 gold for a carriage and 2 horses.
How would the carriage do us then? I know it'd only be like 3 people or 2, 3 people in the carriage.
Yeah, a carriage can carry 2 people in the front seat and about 3 to 4 people in the back.
I mean that kind of looked at me like, yeah, that does me. How we can take turns.
Take turns. What exactly?
Like driving the horses.
Oh,
Horse
I
eye.
see. I believe it's horses.
No, I don't think that's true, but yeah.
Never mind. I guess. I guess out of character, do we think that's worth an investment, or do we just want to hike it on foot?
I reckon that's kind of handy to carry all of our stuff, isn't it? How far away is Feywave?
Baywave, about 3 days on foot, 2 days on horseback.
Oh, maybe
Because
good.
you're,
Jesus.
it's basically because it's a lot shorter because you're taking the main road for most of the trip. So it's about 2 to 3 days.
It's not bad at all.
Not at all. I thought it was gonna be far worse. I kind of like give the stable hand like a quick finger, going like, "We'll get back to you on this. Take care."
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Demir, I think we're fine. Like, so I'm thinking, I've noticed something. I've had a few thoughts. I don't think Emrys knows how to swim. Like,
May I ask why you have come to that conclusion?
remember when we were on the rafts down in the well, and we were all standing on the rafts? You know, I don't think I remember Emrys suggesting that we swim. But Daywave is near the water, and it might be good for to teach him how to swim. You know, it's a valuable.
To be fair, there was some unknown monstrosity that was lurking in the waters, and
Say if someone fell in. Demir, do you know how to swim?
but of course I know how to swim. Why would you not? Why would you think so otherwise?
Like to make an insight check on the bookworm.
Sure. Demir, make a deception roll.
I actually don't know if I can swim. I've never given that thought.
Well,
The second zero of the campaign.
wow.
Hey, I've read you like a book, baby.
Yeah.
Ball.
Yeah. To be fair, that acting kind of tip it. Yeah. Beautiful roles. You read them like a book. You don't think Demir knows how to float, much less swim.
Think I know in my heart of hearts he doesn't know how to swim. And I look at him, I was like, how about we all take group swimming lessons, get a group on sort of idea. You know, it might be handy. You know, we're all supporting everyone, including Emrys and anyone else.
Yes, I suppose if we would like to give Emrys some moral support, that might be good.
And of course, you know, Feywave, Port City, there could be some nice fish. You ever have much fish in your life? Let me tell you, you can do a lot. You can get a lot out of it, brain food and such.
Is this one of your metaphors?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Okay. Yes. All of that sounds quite lovely. I believe the only other things we might want to procure is perhaps some.
Rations.
I know I possess some rations, and I don't have anything similar to a tent or any sort of shelter for a trip, even if we just do disembark on foot. But
Yeah, and I actually have a few things that I might try and sell or trade. What is there anything you'd like to do? I can see if I can use any like my natural born charm to kind of like get us a good deal. Is there anything that you might need and come with me, or if you want to go off and do something else?
as we mentioned earlier, I think it's best that we already have, but partially, but might be best for us to at least stick to at least by one person. So I don't have any errands myself to run, but I'm more than happy to accompany you and look the part of your bodyguard of sorts. So,
Yes, please split the party even further. That's exactly what you need right now.
Please, please. I
Oh,
would
don't
never
split the
consider
two of
you my
up.
bodyguard.
That would increase the chances of Callahan dying, and we must save him.
Yes.
Maul will save me.
Callahan will never die under my watch.
Come on, Demir. Yeah. So can we like buy like 10? Like I don't know what anyone else has. So the priest pack has nothing of worth.
I have the Explorer's Pack, which has a backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, water skin, and 50 feet of rope.
Yep.
I have no rations. I have a blanket.
I have a bedroll and some rations, but I don't have like a tent or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll need to get. Emirates, if you have one, that'd be. I don't know what you have, but I'll pick up whatever anyone needs. I also kind of want to sell my scale mail armor, if that's all right.
Scale mail armor. Okay. Yours or? Oh no, sketches with a Shane shirt. You're wearing it, right?
Yeah. So this is the one that I would have had. I'd cast mending and all that on it, so that I'm giving the guy a fair price or whatever it is.
Okay. I'm gonna say you can get, just to expedite things, you can sell your scale mail for 25 gold.
Yeah, and then how much does everything else cost? I just kind of want to subtract it all. And just
All right. For a tent, do you guys wanted a tent or not?
I definitely need a tent anyway.
Okay. So for a tent, there are 2-person tents. So basically, only 2 people fit in. That is 2 gold per tent.
I think 2 tents would be good.
All right.
Yeah,
I do want to point that something out. Equipment starts getting heavy once you start getting tents and whatnot. So just keep that in mind. For now, you're
We're
good.
getting a carriage.
If you're getting a carriage, then that is perfectly easy to stuff everything in. So a tent is 2 gold, so that's 4 gold for the tent. If you want rations, that is 5 silver per ration.
How much for the bedroll, if I can ask as well?
Bedroll.
Did that go through?
Yeah. Bedroll, a gold.
Great, so that'd be 5 gold, and then I'll pick up. Pick up 10 rations. So that should be 10 gold or no, 15 gold that I'll be getting after selling the scale mail. Right?
Yes, after selling the scale mail, yes.
Alright, dope.
All right. If you want, I miscalculated. If you want a horse-drawn carriage with 2 horses and a carriage, it would be 200 gold for everything. If you do wish to have that.
I guess can I ask the guy if he'd be willing to hold on until the next morning?
Carriage ain't going anywhere.
Yep. Okay, that does it for me. Demir, do you want anything or?
No, I should be quite fine.
Yeah, Brent. Okay, cool.
Spyro, you have a weird obsession with carriages. And Ray, just it's another campaign thing. Whatever. All right, so we we deal with that. So it would take you a while to go around, get rations, get the tents, get whatnot, and everything, and try to haggle for the price and whatnot. So we cut back in time a little bit as Amaris and Kyoho make their way to the Seven Rocks, as per usual. As you get into this very dangerous and very poor part of town, you get a lot of eyes on you, a lot of interested folk, especially in the very, very loud jingling of your money that you've earned.
Yes, we do have quite a lot of that.
You have
I
quite a lot of
also
that.
have a katana.
Yes, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Um, I want both of you to roll me a perception.
Yeah, wisdom character. Go.
Oh yeah, you're a wisdom character. However, Emerus is a charisma character.
There we go.
Cool. Um. Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Oni can carry a lot of shit. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah. You guys are absurdly strong with being pack mules.
yeah. Our carrying capacity is counted as if we are one size larger,
Yeah.
which helps me carry all of my stuff with my 10 strength.
Yeah,
So-
basically.
With 8 strength, can carry more than Callahan.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Yeah, it is kind of absurd, but Oni. But yes.
Oh, for the purposes of food while we travel, I do have survival and cook's utensils.
There we go. Oh yes, and the cook feat, right?
Yeah, and the chef feet.
Yeah. Right. So as you are going through this part of town, Kyoho, you keep a keen eye on your gold, and there are a few moments where people try to get a bit too close for comfort, but you do sidestep them and or give them a mean glare, and nobody uh, seems to have taken anything from you.
I'm also proficient in intimidation, if that helps.
Oh, it is. It does. It does. However, Emrys, you get to your location, and as you start just almost on instinct, you check your stuff. Your pouch feels a little bit lighter.
How much lighter?
Well, you open it up, you look around, go into an alley just to make sure nobody sees you counting uh, all your stuff. It seems like 4 platinum pieces have gone missing.
Oh.
4 platinum.
4 platinum.
Yeah.
You have
Yikes.
encountered a driller, my dear friend.
Emrys just returns to Kyoho like, yes, nothing's wrong, don't worry.
Okay.
None of my gold is missing, in case you're wondering.
All right.
All right.
Right.
That was a true statement because none of your gold is missing.
Yes.
Yes. No deception there.
Yeah. You're missing some of your super gold, but that's different.
Spiral platinum doesn't burn, so you can grab it after. Yeah. Right, so you do reach the Silver Tongue, the entrance. There is the large metal door, and once you get
the
there,
password.
yep, the opening, the slot opens, and you get password.
Emery's recites the same password as
Uh-huh.
last time because I don't remember. I just write
Yeah.
it down.
The fifth hall awaits.
Yeah, that.
There you go. All right,
Taco
come
Bell
in.
fourth meal awaits.
And just you hear lots of locks. And the door opens, and when it does, you see at the end of the hall the large Oni that works for Ivy, arms crossed in front of the door. He sees you and signals with his head for you to enter. Ivy wants
Alright.
to talk.
Ah, well, what a coincidence. For we also wish to talk with Ivy. Emery's like heads on through the door.
All right. You go through the door, and as you get there, you first of all you go down the stairs, and you see Ivy. You see Ivy's henchmen scattered about, few thugs. The Oni follows you down the stairs, and he does wait at the bottom of the stairs. And you also see Grim, the 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 face painted uh, demonic clown individual sitting behind Ivy, apparently
The weirdo that
cleaning.
took our blood, yeah.
Yes, apparently cleaning their nails with a leather opener. And Ivy, in her wonderfully comfortable chair, checking on a few papers. She looks up. You better bring me good news.
We bring you mixed news,
Hmm.
as you have likely heard. We have dealt with Sketch. He will no longer be causing issue.
I hear the guards dealt with Sketch. However, they like to boast about stuff they don't have a part in sometimes.
Yes, they showed up afterwards, and
Took credit.
yes,
Hmm.
though no reason to particularly usurp that as flattering as fame can be. It can have its downsides as well. Speaking of which, uh, we also wish to pursue Dina, who we saw briefly at the scene, the one we believe to have these glyphs.
Mm-hmm.
But distracted by fighting a giant rat monster, we unfortunately could not pursue her in the moment, and we do not know where she has gone. And we do wish to continue pursuing her. However, we have run into something of an issue. For speaking of this fame, we have been approached by an individual who named himself Yoru Silfa. I am not sure if you are aware of this person. He refused to
Never
disclose
heard.
any details about himself to us, but he demanded and threatened us to not pursue Dina.
Did he now?
That is
And he said that he would be able to talk you out of whatever arrangements we had that would require us to continue to pursue her.
Would
yes,
he now?
and we do not come to you saying that he should. We simply come to you relaying this information.
Uh-huh. And what did what did you tell them?
We refused his deal as an individual who has he refused to disclose who he was working for, why he wished us to not pursue Dina, and he did not offer us uh, much, if anything, in return, simply threatening that unfortunate circumstances would befall us should we to pursue Dina.
Hmm. What does this man
In a
look
way
like?
that sounded
He is a blonde human with a red and a green eye.
I'm sorry, you were saying something.
yes.
Go.
And his threats at least sound like he may be more informed than even you. I am just stating that observation.
You
They were certainly very personal threats, is what Kyoho is
When you
suggesting.
say that, more informed than even her, this is the first time that she looks directly at you, Kyoho.
Oh no, Kyoho.
And she 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 wasn't smiling up until that point. And you see a little grin on her. Is that so?
Emery's just kind of like subtly nudges Kyoho, like, Kyoho.
Unless you happen to have information that no one but me on this continent should know.
I don't know, perhaps. Perhaps not. I don't give my information out freely.
Regardless, as I said, what I meant to relay is that um, this individual obviously did not approach us simply on a whim. There is a organization, or at least a powerful individual, who wishes that we do not pursue Dina and, by association, the glyphs.
Well, if that is the case, then I have a newfound interest in our fellow mage. Very interesting. All right. She turns towards Grim. Grim, you got the description. Get to it. And Grim looks at you two, gets up, and leaves the room through another door. Now, we still have our deal. It seems like the scrolls are not in your possession.
Correct. We promised to bring the scrolls if we could get our hands on them. Unfortunately, we could not get our hands on them. We obviously have done everything we could, and we could continue to pursue them if you wish.
Who has them? Do you know?
We believe Dina would have them. We have searched. We have we have searched Sketch's hideout. However, we
As
could
well
not.
as her former home, which was protected by one of the glyphs.
Correct. But unfortunately, the guards also got to the home before us. So there is a possibility that the guards could have the glyphs.
Well, if there are scrolls out there, then you, as part of our deal, are going to bring them to me.
I believe our deal was to bring you whatever scrolls Sketch had left.
Was it now?
I believe that was the wording.
Are you arguing semantics and technicalities with me, dear Oni?
I am merely making an observation.
Well, Dina worked for Sketch. Dina is out there with my scrolls. I'm gonna say
Yes.
you are going to find Dina and you are going to find my scrolls.
Then we shall do that.
Good. Wonderful. I am so glad you are so agreeable. I like you. You are capable. You got rid of Sketch from me. And you are obedient. I like that. And I reward obedience. Now, go on.
Emery's just like glances to the door that the masked woman or the just left from, just very briefly, and then looks back um, towards Ivy.
Go on. Get my scrolls back.
Of course. We hope that information on this blonde individual proves useful to you.
Oh, it most definitely will. I don't like people I don't know snooping around my kingdom.
Emrys nods, and then looks to Kyoho, and then turns around and begins to leave.
All right, I'll follow.
Okay. As you follow. Oh, Spyro. Ivy is human. As you follow, you hear the Oni speak. Ivy, it's time. She looks up at him. You see them stare for a moment at each other. Then she looks back at her papers. As long as one of them lives, I don't give a shit. He nods and turns to you, Kyoho. It's time, God's eyes.
Ah,
And he starts walking past you up the stairs
Em-
first.
Emrys just like looks to Kyoho, looks to the Oni, just like, Kyoho, you certainly seem to have made a friend. Did you have some prior arrangements?
something like that.
Well, would you like me to wait, or I certainly won't interrupt, of course.
Yes, wait for me.
Emrys just nods and then just like heads down to the bar,
Okay,
like the other door, to just wait there.
all right. While Emrys, you head towards the bar. The Oni, Takashi, as he introduced himself. Well, Ivy introduced him.
Yeah.
Leads you out into the alleyway in front of the Silver Tongue.
I just want to know, Kyoho probably like didn't react to it either way, but like the kind of like slight smile on Emrys' face, like Emrys definitely has the wrong idea about why.
Well,
why Kyoho,
there will be
but-
some very physical
yes.
stress activity going on, for
Yes.
sure. But he leads you out, and as you leave, he points to two of the thugs that are scattered about the Silver Tongue, and he goes, "You and you, witnesses, come on." They look very confused, but they follow.
I'm gonna wait for Emrys to follow us, so that I have my own witnesses.
Okay. So, Emrys, as you are leaving, Kyoho signals for you.
Oh, Kyoho, what is it?
Come with us.
Oh, okay. If you wish, I'm not sure that I should interrupt something like this, but
You're just going to watch.
Very well.
Oh, fuck. All right.
And Emrys is just kind of like moving their
I'm
mouth.
sorry, I can't hold in the laughter.
Praise be to all.
Yeah.
Right. Of course. Is this an Oni thing?
Yes.
Something like that.
Emrys just kind of nods like, I see. Oni have some unusual customs. Follows along anyway, though.
All right.
Just somewhat, or clearly like somewhat confused and nervous, but like trying not to show it.
Yep. So you reach the alleyway. It is not super spacious, but it is enough. He does not go further than this, and then he turns around.
Emrys is just muttering. Sorry, Emrys is just muttering like an alleyway. Well, you did want someone to watch. I suppose this makes sense. Continue.
the he signals for the two thugs. Actually, when you call Emrys, he signals for just one of them to come. You do know it is customary to have one witness for each person.
Yeah.
The thug seems very confused, and he turns to you, Kyoho, and you see him draw from his belt a short sword, a short katana, a tanto. This
What
guy,
kind of short sword?
he is a huge man, but he has a tanto, a small Japan. It's basically like a small katana, a smaller katana, like half the size of a normal katana.
Yep.
He draws it, and
I'll
then
draw mine.
yes, and then you see him touch the blade, and as he swipes his finger along the blade, and the finger gets to the tip, the blade seems to be increasing in size until it reaches from a short sword to pretty much a big great sword.
Hmm. Impressive.
I won this.
Emrys just mutters like, a grower.
Yes. He then gets into a stance. You are uh, about 10 feet from each other, and
All right.
he gets into a stance and looks at you and says, "Crashing waterfall."
God size.
Looks towards Amorous. "Give the signal."
What kind of signal?
Annie.
Okay, Emery's kind of like puts a hand on their forehead. The gem on their forehead like glows briefly, and then when they pull their fingers away, their fingers are glowing as well. And they just kind of draw it out, and in between Kyoho and the other Oni, I forgot his name, just this small kind of like glowing orb appears,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of flashes once, flashes twice, and on the third flash it explodes as she's casting minor illusion
Okay.
to
And
create this
Alright.
effect.
the moment it
Cool.
explodes, he begins to attack. Roll initiative.
All right. Let me select the right tool to click my token to hit my initiative button.
Okay. 14. I'm not even going to bring the initiative order up.
Okay.
Because it's just between the two of you. All right.
Yep.
Kyoho, your reflexes are much, much faster than his.
Alrighty then. Next level, I'd have extra attack, but no, not
You
this
would.
level. Yep. All right. I'm gonna move in and attack with my katana.
Okay. Do
And
that
miss.
attacky thing. Going to kill us off one by one instead. Yep. That is the plan. Anyway, 7. You swing your sword, and you're incredibly fast, especially compared to him, but he does still lower his blade at the last moment and blocks it. And then you see
All right.
his smile.
Bonus action, unarmed strike.
Does not seem to hit.
Told
Oh,
you he's gonna
boy.
kill us all, one by one.
Well, Spyro, if you want to redeem the hero point. Wait, you haven't used the hero point, have you?
I've not used a hero point yet. No.
Yeah, so Kyoho cannot get another hero point. Also, hi, Aniki.
Oh well, I'm sure Kyoho just happens to use her hero point right now, and then Spyro's.
Can I go back and re-roll that katana attack?
Nope. You can re-roll this attack.
All right, I will re-roll this attack.
Okay. Spyro, if you want to redeem, there we go. If you want to redeem for a hero point, Kyoho gains
It's
a
already
hero
been
point.
redeemed.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
Like
Yes.
the points have already been spent. So
Yeah.
I've just clicked it back on. Thanks for the lower roll.
All right. Yeah. So you try to you swing, gets blocked, and you try to go for a kick, but you hit his ribs, and he doesn't budge. Like he is just
He's
muscle.
very tough.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I fought another Oni like this.
Yeah. And he smiles, showing all his sharp teeth, and he swings down with all his might. Let's see. Ooh, that is definitely a hit.
Oh no!
So that's cool. Yoho, you take 12 points of damage.
All right.
And he is going to use a key point to attack as a bonus action.
You need to get his 2 attacks as a bonus action, then, right?
Nope, because he can use a key point to do 2 melee attacks. That's Flurry of
Yeah.
Blows. Or you can use a key point to do a second weapon attack as a bonus action.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the new key feature.
Yeah.
You can also use it. However, your AC is what?
My AC is 15.
15. He does not hit with the second blow. He swings and you just jump right over the massive blade, and he misses. It is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna try and hit him again.
Okay. That is a hit.
All right. Cool.
Oof. All right. You
Follow up.
slice him on the side, and he winces.
Follow up on arm strike. Miss.
That is a miss. Yes. He winces from that blow. And he is going to attack you with all his might. Test your might. That is a miss. He swings and hits the ground. Dirt flies everywhere. And he is going to use action surge to attack again.
Action surge. Wow, he's got fighter levels.
Yes.
Oh.
That is just enough to hit.
Oh no.
Okay. He rolled pretty bad. That's 7 damage.
Ouch.
And he's going to use his last key point to use another bonus action weapon swing. He rolls a 5. Great. So swing. He does hit you with 1 blow, and you block it. But the force of the blow is so strong that you actually get knocked into the wall next to you, and he tries for another swing, but hits the wall, and you duck under it. He is deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyoho, it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna heal with my new key healing that I got this level.
Bonus action, correct?
No, action.
Oh, it's action. Okay.
And it costs 2 key points.
Oof.
But I got the full health back.
Okay.
All right. And then That was my action, so I can't really do anything with a bonus action unless I spend another key point.
Yep. Can dodge.
If I use the key point, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much. You can dodge or disengage. I think that's pretty much.
I think
the only
I
ability.
will spend a key point to dodge.
Okay, so Amaris, you see as they start this battle immediately, and the swords flying around, and suddenly Yoho seems to be on the back foot, getting to a defensive stance as he is ready for another attack. He seems to have gone all out right at the start, and then he just wings again with all his might.
Oh, we got a raid.
We got a raid?
Yeah!
Holly! Holly, you sweet bean. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, I hope your stream went well. I am
Right in the
trying
middle
to
of
kill.
my epic duel.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill one of my players.
Right now we're in an Oni death match.
Yes, Oni
Yep.
deathmatch. He goes again for another swing.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage, he seems to put all his might into every single swing. Thank God for the disadvantage, because you rolled a natural 20. And then a 12.
Good.
Yeah. And nope, that's it.
He's out of key, so he can't do the
He's
fall
out of
thing
key.
check.
Yeah, no, he's out of key.
Alright.
Actually, he is going to try a bonus action attack because he's still monk.
The unarmed strike.
Yep.
Which is. Does dodge last against all the attacks or just one?
It's all attacks.
Yeah.
And because of dodge, he misses. Like, defensive
Yes.
stance is making it very difficult for him to hit you.
Okay. Alright, my turn.
All right.
Longsword.
That is a hit.
Boom.
You
9 damage.
slash him again, and he winces, and he seems to be taking damage again, taking considerable damage.
I'm going to use my last key point to dodge again.
Okay, so you slash and immediately get into a defensive stance again, and he seems to stagger a bit, puts his hand on his neck and cracks his neck. Pretty good. You're better than the last one I fought. And then he goes for a stab with his big sword. Actually, no. He moves the sword around, and then he says, "Crushing fall," as he swings, and then his blade suddenly changes direction and goes for your legs. So he's going to use a maneuver to do a trip attack.
Oh no. More fighter abilities.
Yes.
Shakes fist at multi-class.
But he does have disadvantage. However,
Yep.
he does hit.
Oh no.
Seg, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream while I kill my players. He does hit, even with the disadvantage. So you take 11 points of damage.
Chuckles, I'm in danger.
Yes. I want you to roll a strength saving throw.
I'm going to use that hero point
Okay.
somebody graciously gave me. And roll the same number!
Yeah. You try to block. You did not count on the blade changing directions at the last moment, and suddenly it hits you in the leg, and you just feel your legs moving out from under you, and you fall down, and then you see him rise up his big foot and come crashing down towards your head. Oh, Spyro just gave you another hero point. by the way.
Thank you.
So he has the unarmed attack.
Yeah.
Still with disadvantage because dodge. And misses because of disadvantage. Actually, it would have missed because it was the first roll, but I like to say that. Yeah, so you try to kick, and he tries to kick, and he stomps on the floor, shakes the floor a little bit, but you roll out of the way. Emerus, you do see Kyoho bloodied, very hurt, on the floor, rolling around, trying to survive. She's in survival mode, but still hanging in there. Kyoho.
Kyoho, are you okay?
I'm not going to answer because I am distracted by the fight.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm going to spend half of my movement to stand up,
Okay.
and then I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
Emery's meanwhile
I'm
is
going to use my hero point to reroll that attack.
That is it. That is enough to hit.
Emery's meanwhile is just like
Yeah,
nudging the
for
guy.
4 damage.
You're nudging the.
Follow up unarmed strike.
The other observer just like Kyoho's definitely going to bring this back. Just you watch.
Don't look like it. All right.
Oh, that's my turn.
So you get up, and as you get up, you slash, but it doesn't cut as deep as you thought it would. But he still seems very hurt as well, and but he is still there, and he is still angry, and he is still going to swipe at you. No disadvantage, but still, that's a 13. That is not a hit. He swings, and you dodge to the side. But he is going to use Second Wind to heal himself.
Yeah, knew that was coming.
Roll the 1. That's nice. So he heals for 3.
All right, my turn, right?
All right. It is your
I'm
turn.
out of hero
yes.
points.
You are
Again.
out of hero points.
Katana attack.
That is a hit. That is damage.
Unarmed strike. Miss.
Nope. The unarmed strike does not hit. As every time you try to kick him, or punch him, he is just solid brick, basically.
It does feel good to be fighting something I can damage.
Yeah. Well, yes. All right. It is his turn, and he is going to try to hit you with the sword. Nope, that is not a hit. But he turns around and tries to kick you in the side. And that is a 16. That is a hit. So... Okay. You take 6 points of damage.
Oh boy!
Whew.
Okay.
Yeah, so Emerus, you see Kyoho get ducks under the blade, gets kicked in the side of her ribs, again crushed against the other wall next to you guys as she just struggles to get up, bleeding profusely. All right.
Okay. Before my turn, I'm gonna do this.
And this is...
Oh, we're out of hero points. I can't
Yeah,
give myself
It
one.
is limited to 2 per stream.
Alrighty then. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try this katana attack again, and miss.
And
I'm
miss.
gonna try my unarmed strike and miss.
And miss.
It was nice knowing you, everybody. If he hits me with either attack next turn, I'm down. I'm at 1 hit point, guys.
Yeah. It is his turn and goes,
It was a good fight. It's time to go down. Yeah!
goes for a swing. That's a 13. That is not a hit. And he's going for a punch straight to the face. And that is a 12, not a hit. Okay.
All right.
Who's still in this?
Yeah, Kyoho is like drunken style, like dodging, like
All right.
swing
All
to
right.
the right, swing to the left.
Katana attack.
That is enough to hit. Yes, his AC isn't really high. Okay.
Unarmed strike.
No,
No.
don't need for an unarmed strike. How do you want to do this?
Oh, that was it? It's dead?
Yeah.
All right, then. I'm going to pull my sword back and then thrust it down past his sword straight into him.
Okay. Okay. So he is cocky. He is hurt, but he is cocky. He sees you stumbling and barely dodging, and as he raises his sword, he tries to swing down, and just you swing, and Emerus, you don't even see the sword for a moment as her sword just flashes in a counterattack. And then he stops for a moment. Oh. Oh. You see him fall to his knees. The sword drops and stabs into the floor, to the ground, and
You.
tries to grab at you, Kyoho, but then he falls to the floor.
All right. I'm going to pull my sword out of him and swing it to the side to knock off the blood before
Yep.
sheathing it.
I told you that she'd win. Also, is he okay? Do we need to? Hey, you might want to get someone.
Oh
Emerus-
shit.
Emrys is like fumbling inside their cloak for the healing potions that were taken.
Kyoho, you know what to do.
I'm taking his sword, yeah.
Yeah. You also know that these fights are to the death.
Yep.
Yeah. You do see
I will
Emerus
finish
go
him
to
off.
yeah, you see Emerus go to heal him, and Kyoho just slashes his throat.
Oh. Um. Kyoho. Are you sure it was a good idea to do that to someone working for our employer?
The guy, the other guy
He's
just
the one
runs
that
inside.
challenged me. If she's angry at anyone, it should be him.
I see. Um. Well. Excellent work. I seem to have misplaced the potion I had, so I can't I can't heal you. You do look a little bit rough, but that was amazing.
Thank you.
Uh, do you do you need me to help you walk out? You look a little bit
Let's take it a little slow, yeah.
Emery's just kind of like offers a hand to the giant Oni woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just kind of prestidigitation's a bit of the blood off, you know.
Yep.
We
The moment you do that, more blood seeps out. Yeah, it's not working.
right. We should probably well maybe they have someone who can at least patch you up a little bit here, perhaps. We could we could ask at the bar downstairs.
You just hear coming from inside a really loud, "What?"
It's the blood splatter.
Oh no. Kyoho, if anyone asks, this wasn't us. A mysterious assailant broke in, and you're not responsible.
Whatever, let's just get out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're
So
just kind of like nervously edges towards the door.
yeah, you just very, very careful, but hurriedly make your way out of the alley and out of the 7 rocks while Kyoho is still bleeding profusely. Well, not bleeding profusely because he would die, but still very hurt, very much phasing in and out of consciousness at this point.
Everyone's
Yeah.
just kind of like doing what they can to like maybe stem the bleeding wherever, like taking bits of their robe to like, serve as bandages. But
Yeah.
Riz does not know really how to do this sort of thing, so it's very haphazard.
Yep. And as you get to the wounded soldier,
Quite wounded.
yes, quite wounded soldier. The name of the inn seems very apt. For several times you've arrived, you do see Callahan and Damir are already there, and the moment you enter, Callahan, Damir, you see Kyoho heavily battered, with deep gashes and barely holding consciousness.
Callahan, do you
Oh my
have
goodness, I thought you said you weren't making any blood packs. What on earth happened?
This has nothing to do with the blood pact. Callahan,
So there is a blood pact?
no,
Blood pact.
never mind that. Callahan,
Right before I cast my third cure wounds, I like pull my hand and I'm like, what do you mean blood pact?
Yep.
Thank you.
All the healing.
there's no blood pact. I said this wasn't a blood pact. This is just blood. There's no pact involved. Certainly not.
Can I insight check?
You guys saw that
like
Oni
people
that
who are
was
starting
over
to,
there at the 7 Rocks, right?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Kyoho. I thought him and Kyoho were getting along rather well, but
Oh no, this was a wonderful time.
Great job.
No blood pact.
Demir believes, and it's like, oh, sorry, I must have misheard something then.
Also, Kyoho, you heal for 27.
I know.
Well,
Oh,
maybe.
oh, you healed. You mean even more? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get the rest of that back in there.
Keep on just going.
So
for,
you're
like,
at 28.
You just imagine like Callahan's like clenching up his fist and kind of like lightly jabbing Yoho. Would I know what might have gone down between the two Oni? Or is that more of a
He challenged me to a duel.
There we go. No,
would
but
I know like
Callahan,
Got his sword.
Callahan, you can actually roll history because of where you came from. Damir, you can also roll history.
do I get advantage because I'm from there?
No, you get to roll because you're from there.
God damn it.
Uh,
Here,
if you want. Okay, both of you know that, especially Damir, you know this very well. Actually, Damir, you wouldn't have needed to roll in the first place, just to see how much you know about this. Ronin, Oni, they represent their own school. They represent their masters, and each master of a school only has one student. And then they go out into the world, challenge each other, and try to kill each other in duels. This was probably one of those duels, and they are always to death.
Yes.
I see. Well, I
Kyoho
suppose you did what you had to do.
Yes.
She won. Kyoho was quite amazing. She looked like
Nod.
she was on the ropes, but in fact, that was all part of her plan to lure him into a false sense of his security and deal one final swift blow.
Yes. And you also
So
got a new
this had
sword.
nothing to do with our inability to return scrolls to Ivy
no.
then.
No, but she still wants them and
Yes,
considers Dina having them as our deal still being in place.
Yes. Speaking
Correct me if
of,
I'm wrong, but wasn't the specific deal was that she would give us information to help track down Sketch, and then if we were to find any scrolls on the way in the process, that we'd return them to her. I don't seem to remember the deal. Well, I wasn't there, but based on what you told me, it didn't seem like the deal was to specifically go out and retrieve all scrolls and return them.
well, it seems that what we interpreted and what the deal could have suggested might not have been exactly the same. It might not be wise to, in a deal where we suggest that we will retrieve the scroll for a woman like Ivy, it may be a good idea to do what we can to retrieve at least some of those scrolls. Returning completely empty-handed, I believe, is well, it means that we've offered nothing in return for her information, doesn't it?
But we didn't. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I believe you had told us that she would have been happy with Sketch gone. We did at least return something, and was it this whole idea is that the only reason she gave us information was able to is because she was technically not violating their deal, and thereby us not actively searching out the scrolls. We're not actively defying her deal either. I mean, I guess I'm just sort of confused, but I suppose I'll just leave that up to you.
Kyoho, by the way, you have one of your teeth is kind of loose. Just want to point that out.
Yes.
I'll try and push it back into place.
It goes into place.
Okay.
For now.
What, unfortunately, Demir, what it comes down to is that Ivy is an individual we may not want to get on the wrong side of. Although, as you have suggested, the semantics of the deal can be argued. Unlike this strange individual who Ivy did not know of, she will be investigating this Bond individual, so we may be able to gain some information on them. But until then, Ivy did not know of them, and neither did we. Whereas we know of Ivy, and we know the extent of her influence, which means that we know that it would be in our best interest to retain an amicable relationship, regardless of
Right. So, and
any.
as I alluded to earlier, I mean, I have, if possible, I would like to be able to see if we could find Dina anyways, due to her involvement in all these instructions. Although she has likely fled town by this point, I would imagine.
And if she's fled town anyway, then that's beneficial to us if we were looking to leave town in the first place. Though we would need to discover where she might have left to.
I'd have a feeling she might not have left town yet. That's just a feeling I have. There seemed to be something between her and that Arthur that you've talked about, and I can't help but feel like she might be trying to get back at him still somehow.
That is a good point, Kyoho.
So see if at this point, if she perhaps returned to her residence of some sort. I mean, it's quite possible that. Well, I'm more curious, and there's no way of us knowing this, if there's some sort of involvement with that mysterious man and his organization and Dina, or if it's simply, I don't know, there's only speculation we part, but it's quite possible that she could remain in town because she has reason to believe no one will come searching after her, and thus isn't afraid, or perhaps the organization is wanting to run after her and obscure her for themselves, and therefore
perhaps the organization doesn't like Arthur and is assuming, like I am, that she's going to be going after him, and they don't want us to stop her from doing that.
Yes, I suppose there's many different possibilities. It's perhaps, who knows, it might be Demir starts thumbing through his notes in his book.
Yes, there's only so much we can assume at this point. Unlike the duel you're a part of, Kyoho, that so is this a regular part of Oni culture? Why did you and Demir not break into a fight when you two met?
I'm not, well,
course. Having both of your cooperation is very helpful.
Not particularly something that just any sort of Oni go and try and kill each other. Otherwise, well, I'm not sure there'd be any of our species left.
Excellent point.
Although there is quite a lot of fighting back home.
That is true, and one of the reasons I'm not too particularly upset about not being there anymore.
Yes, I until the end of the fight, I believed it was some sort of courting ritual, but well, he's
Demir lets out a chuckle.
yes, he's dead now, so I don't believe that is the intent.
You don't know.
That is how you court, though.
Emrys gives this innocent look to Kyoho, just like, but he's dead. You couldn't possibly. Oh no.
Anyways, enough about Oni tradition. Callahan and I discovered we purchased some supplies for the trip. Well, actually, in this case, we might not even be going on anyways if we're just going to stay in town. But if we do end up deciding to leave for perhaps one of the nearest towns, it shouldn't be too long of a trip. For instance, Feywive is just about 3 days on foot, 2 days if we were to take a horse and cart, which would cost about approximately 200 gold pieces. But to be completely honest, given that it wouldn't save us much time, and that between the four of us and specifically Kyoho and myself, we shouldn't have any trouble carrying our supplies. But regardless, if we do decide to depart, we have some tents as well as some rations that should at least be able to take care of us for the trip.
And even if you don't both stay out in the woods, I am able to obtain provisions while we travel.
Yes, that is quite accurate.
Indeed. So, perhaps then tomorrow we could, we could start by contacting Arthur, since we suspect that Dina may wish to involve herself in him somehow. Otherwise, we don't have any particular leads, unfortunately. Although you did mention perhaps checking her home. She may have returned there.
It is possible. Like I said, if there's a reason that she may have to believe that someone might not be going looking for her, or perhaps if there was anything she had left there for all we still know exactly what her relationship with Sketch was, it's quite possible that she'd even done something such as hiding some scrolls there herself, or some other sort of artifacts, and therefore keeping it out of his reach and simply went to retrieve it.
Yes.
But perhaps it would be also a waste of time. I can't say for certain.
We did already search her home, and what we found were, the map of the plans to obtain the scrolls in the first place, but nothing else.
That is true.
Offers any peace of mind. I got a few feelers in that area. I know a few people. I can ask to keep a lookout.
Yes, I like to believe that with these combined efforts and perhaps assistance from Ivy, since of course she is hoping that we will look for Dina, so presumably if she has any information on the location of Dina, she will provide it to us if she finds it. So hopefully we will be able to discover a lead soon.
Yes.
In that case, can I go visit Mama Dahlia again?
Of course you can. It is sunset, so it's getting darker and darker now. But
like a quick, it's not kind of like doing much. It's just more or less going there. asking if I'm able to, if they'd be happy to keep any like watch out in case your one Dina gets back, and I'm happy enough to use lesser restoration or whatever it might help.
Okay. Um, you get to Mama Dahlia. You also see her son.
Frank,
Yeah, Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie,
Hey! Hi! Mama! You just
hey,
see.
my man. I go for like a big hug with him.
Yeah, he gives you a hug and then he starts to crush you a little bit. You
No, I
can't.
know he's. I know it's all good. I know it's all good. He's
Yeah,
good
yeah,
for it.
yeah. Then he releases you and you think, ah, yes, this magical armor protected me. Um, yeah, but Mama Dahlia, she does appear. She gives you this glare for a moment. What do you want?
If it isn't the most beautiful woman
Cut the
in all.
bullshit. What do you want?
No bullshit here, just a good word of mall, my dear. Uh, Listen, I'm thinking of. Remember that woman who lives down the road from you, a few doors down, Dina?
Yeah,
I don't suppose you've heard or from her at all or seen her at all. No,
I ain't heard nothing.
that is honestly a relief. I have some reason to believe that she might be of the bad sort. I was wondering if you'd be willing enough to keep an eye out in case she any comings and goings on her
Priest,
part.
you're in the Seven Rocks. Everyone's a bad sort here.
This is the sort that I would like to keep away from your establishment, your girls, and most importantly, yourself and your dear boy.
She used to work here. I know the girl. She's not gonna do anything.
Nevertheless, it would do well if you were to keep an eye out her. I was wondering if you'd be at all willing, considering our prior engagements. In return, if there's any way I can help out around here, any broken wares, chairs,
You got
any
coin?
I've got something better, and I can I like bedazzle with some cleric magic around my fingers.
Bedazzle.
All right, you try to pray a little bit to Mal to give you some bedazzling. Nothing happens.
I don't know. Like I kind of just cast like if there's any like rickets that I see around the place, can I use like mending and just kind of wave my hand off of it?
All right, you fix a chair that it was has a bit wobbly, has a bit of a few cracks. She goes, "Huh? You got coin?"
Oh,
Sorry.
certainly have a coin. What would you like? How much would it cost to keep an eye on the girl for the day?
How about this? Pay me 5 gold a day.
I'm only going to be here for the one day, Mom. I'll be honest with you, and then I'll be out of your hair and all the rest of West reaches. So I'll make it 6 and for
Good. Make it 10.
some reason I feel as if 6 and 10 aren't the same number.
You want me to do this or not?
You know what, Mama? I'm glad we had this talk. As a fair warning to yourself, I've reason to believe that Dina is the one who's been bombing all of Westreach. So if you do see her, contact the local authorities instead. Adios.
All right. And she just
And
shrugs.
in case, does Frankie look at all beat up? Does he look like he's any wounds that I can either lesser restoration or cure wounds?
Frankie, you actually, with your passive perception, you immediately notice something. He has no big wounds. His knuckles are incredibly bloodied, and there's some open cuts on his knuckles.
I would like to use my last cure wound.
Okay.
Heal
You
boy.
Frankie looks at his hands You don't hurt no more.
No, Frankie, I don't imagine it'll ever hurt again.
Good. And he punches the wall. Ow! You lied.
I have one, I'm afraid, Frankie. So if I never see you again, I hope you live a good life.
Okay. Bye, priest.
Bye, Frankie. And I give Lady Dahlia like a courteous gesture to
Oh.
show that even though I'm leaving, it's kind of like on good terms. I know she hasn't established her own, but I don't have the coin to spare.
She turns around and leaves. Doesn't even reply to you.
And I'm
Frankie is like waving frantically.
usually give him a big wave. Like his feelings are acknowledged, and I hope that he feels.
Yes, yes. You made his day. But you return to the tavern.
All right, guys. Or sorry, actually, before I leave, can I walk past Dahlia's place? Does it look like, or not Dahlia, Dina's place, to kind of see if it was like anything's happened?
Yeah, it still has the same large red X mark that it had the last time you were here on the door.
I can't like perceive or perception any sort of changes to it now. It doesn't look like it's been disturbed or like accessed at all.
From the front, not really. At least not from the front.
And oh god, actually, I did take down his name. Jack's house seems to be fine as well. The next door neighbor, the butcher,
Oh yeah, that place seems to be closed.
hasn't been like touched at all. Kind of seems like savvy. No one's gone in. No one's come through.
Nope, nothing. Oh my god. Oh, Pact of the GM. Thank you so much for the raid. Whoa! Damn!
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hi, Raiders.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the stream. Just give a shout out back to the GM. Of obviously
Yeah.
playing Dungeons and Dragons as you should. Yeah, guys, welcome to the stream. I'm massive. I'm the DM here. This is Telia Misfits, a group of
Stick figures.
very
Oh,
weird
right.
stick figures. Yes.
Look like that. Our characters actually look like that.
Oh, I'm healed, so I should probably erase this.
Oh yes, you're not
Blood
gushing
splurting
blood
out of me.
anymore. No.
Oh,
Yes,
I know.
the art. This doubles as both a D&D stream and an art stream. It seems. I am not the artist though. My players are because they like to mess about. Yeah.
We should.
I would like to state that
Stick
this is
figure.
art I found on the internet. Stick figures only, though.
Yes, but the booba. The booba's important.
Well, if
Mine
you had
is one.
pictures turned on, you'd be able to see that I have more art of the same, like, random artist OC.
Yeah, but I don't have pictures turned on because it fills up a lot of the map space. The map that I'm not
does.
using currently. Yeah.
100% OC.
But
all of
man,
its glory.
thank you so much for
Contains 5% juice.
the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Right, where were we? Yes, Callahan,
Back.
you return.
If there's nothing going on, I just head back.
All right, so you return and you do see you see Kyoho in the corner, like fiddling with one of her loose teeth after that fight, and Damir and Amaris also sitting down.
Fix up that tooth. Is that like free dental?
No, that would take like a 7th level spell to fix.
No worries.
Or just drinking some milk.
Or that. Right. Yeah. So you do see
Guys.
Callahan return.
Good news. Dina hasn't returned to her place at all. That terrorist won't be terrorizing that street. I did give a heads up to the local.
You're kind of hitting the mic or something.
Yeah, CV and your mic is.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Say that again, please, Callahan. I actually should change music.
Oh, good, guys. No need to worry.
No need to worry in the sense that we haven't found anything, so there is need to worry because we're looking for things.
Well, Emrys, I appreciate you using your vast intellect and all that, but sometimes on the road to great power, particularly in the realms of the arcane, and I once again try and get Mal to bedazzle me.
Okay. Doesn't work.
Sometimes you have to appreciate that failure is also a success.
Very insightful words, Callahan. I will take them to heart.
And at this
As
moment,
both
the
your
moonlight,
arcane-
the
Yeah.
moonlight shines through one of the windows and hits you, Callahan.
Demir starts taking notes, like, ooh, that's very interesting indeed.
Yo-ho, you're still hitting the mic a lot.
I am?
Yeah, ow, yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
I don't know what's up.
That's weird.
Is it this? That's me sliding a pencil. 'Cause the mic isn't next to my. Isn't that close to my mouth?
That's weird.
Yeah, maybe it mutes and unmutes when I raise it and lower it. So maybe when I did that, it messed up a little bit. Let me reset it.
Maybe.
Mal
Hopefully that's better.
Yes.
intercept.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anyway,
actually, it's
I
Mal-
wanted Demir to identify the sword that I got.
Oh, yeah. You can definitely do that.
Yes, quite. I can do that right now. If you just hand it over here and
All right.
start ritual casting identify.
Demir, you identify the sword as known as a Kamikiri sword. It is one of three. This is, in terms of mechanics, of course, a +1 short sword. As an action, the user can change the length of the sword from a dagger all the way up to a great sword.
Wow.
The user can also use an action to extend the blade even further, giving it reach for 1 turn. This feature can be used a number of times per day, equal to the user's proficiency modifier. Sorry, it's a bonus action to extend it to give it reach, not an action.
Okay.
Oh, fancy.
Yes.
Does Demir explain all this?
Yeah, so you see, it is one of three Kamakiri swords, or for what my knowledge I can ascertain from it, and it seems to be able to change its size. It can be anywhere as small as a dagger and all the way up to the size of a great sword, and in fact, it can be extended even further, very briefly, for a brief moment of time, if you give it the right amount of oomph to it, I suppose.
Oh yes, it is also the lesser of the three. So the other ones
okay.
are stronger.
A +2 and a
And it is
+3.
And it is, I believe, there's probably more powerful variations out of it. So, as I suppose the kids would say, gotta collect them all.
All right.
Oh no.
I assume in greatsword form, it counts as it counts as whatever sword it is in that form, right?
Yes. So
Which means that greatsword, I technically can't use that as a monk weapon.
Yeah.
So I can only go up to longsword, but still it's +1, which is better than
Yes.
my regular.
And you also have the
I'm gonna
reach.
hold on to my regular sword.
Yep. So you also have the reach function. I believe you have a +3 proficiency, so you can use it 3 times a day.
+2.
+2.
Proficiency hasn't gone up yet.
So you can use it twice a day. Still, reach is always nice.
Yeah, proficiency goes up next level.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Was that a veiled? Oh hey, by the way.
No, I'm just reminding you because it's a new item. That is what you got from killing the guy, the dude. That is what
Quite a
he tried.
fascinating
He
blend.
tried to kill you with. Yeah. So anyway, the inspection of the blade has been done. I believe you still attuned to it, Kyoho.
Yeah, I will suit to it. Yep.
Yep. Okay. So you do have one weapon attuned. And what else you guys wish to do? It is nightfall, so
I think Emrys is just gonna go to bed.
all right,
Same.
all right. So
Yep.
everyone, Callahan.
Just about everyone. I would like to spend a few moments of my night to pray to Maul.
Ah, of course, of course.
I there's a few things I'd specifically like to talk to him about.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, to strike down Dina, knowing
Okay.
that he probably won't, and I respect that because a hustle's a hustle, but Dina does deserve it. To contact his sister Anwin, and that he hopes that Maul will watch over the statue of Anwin within the well, and hopefully that it doesn't kind of get like further defiled or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'd also like to see that Sketch be judged properly in the eyes of Maul, even though he was a scumbag. He has been recognized as the only forward scumbag within the city, which goes a long way. Goes a long way. Um, he doesn't know much about Yoru, but Yoru knew a lot about him. If Maul could show some guidance there or strike him down, up to him, whichever happens first. He hopes that Emrys gets a good night's sleep, that Demir gets a good night's sleep, and that Kyoho is able to rest enough to kind of feel a lot better, and that they're all judged all the same, and that the opponent that Kyoho fought, I don't know if they were introduced to Callahan, but that they're judged well in the halls.
Okay.
That is okay.
Callahan
Um,
never met him. No.
Is the clicking sound still happening?
Nope. It's
I haven't
no,
heard it in a
come
while.
on,
perfectly fine.
Oh, okay.
I like to imagine like a god just with a notebook, like noting stuff down as you're like praying, like and Dina and this guy's an asshole, okay, okay, okay,
Maul,
okay,
Maul is effectively Santa Claus, is what you're telling me.
yeah.
Good list.
So
I thank Maul for everything, and then for being able to help. And even though that Mama Dahlia was rude for no reason, that she be judged well in the next life, and that Frankie lives a good life.
the most important
Hopefully, like
request, yes.
Frankie.
I'm really hoping Frankie runs for mayor. That's what I'm hoping. Back to the city.
um, sure.
He's destined for great things.
I've seen worse things happen in terms of politics, so sure. Uh, all right. So, first of all, everyone take off 5 silver for the night because you're not skipping out on paying the bill at the
Right.
inn. And the next morning comes, you go down, you have a plate of sausages and bread and cheeses. Quite good, quite good. An ale for those that want to, and you have the whole day ahead of you. What do you wish to do?
Did we agree on buying the carriage, and the horses? Where did we end up with that?
We didn't really discuss it.
I think Demir mentioned that we probably wouldn't need it because it was a close enough trip and we have pretty strong Oni, but we were also not entirely sure if we were going to stay in
Be
town or
leaving,
not.
yep,
We
yep.
were talking about going up to Arthur, for instance, and perhaps talking to him. And
Yeah, we're looking on leads for Dina. So
If you guys want to go find Arthur, I'm thinking of just Callan looking to see if anyone wants anything delivered to um Feywave. It's kind of like a side job sort of thing.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
Callahan wants nothing to do with Arthur at all. Like the thought of talking to him makes like his forehead veins just pulse.
It'd be an interesting interaction, but maybe for the best. All right, so
Demir's also a bit nervous about going back to Arthur, but will presumably accompany Emrys as well, and maybe Kyoho.
All right.
okay,
Who's Kyoho going with?
Oh, sure, I'll go see Arthur.
okay.
Leaving Callahan on his own.
I don't
A
need
lone
to,
wolf,
Chops.
Callahan.
I can just live in the forest by myself.
First time Rand tried to kill Kyoho, and now he'll have a chance to kill Callahan.
There we go.
Yeah!
Yeah, one at a time. No, split to all the new viewers that we got from the raid. This party likes to split up a lot. So
Well,
don't
in
like
in
it, we just
in
do it.
our defense, if the entire group had gone to the Seven Rocks, I still would have been in the one-on-one duel.
yes, of course.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also, in our defense, if we brought like Callahan and Kyoho, well, mostly Callahan, to see Arthur, it would well, I mean, it would be interesting.
Oh yes, definitely. All right. So first of all, let's deal with the trio heading for Arthur. Sir, no, not Sir. Abjurer Arthur Dane. You head up to Hightown. You do see that the city walls, the inner city walls, seem to be heavily guarded. Everyone that passes has to show their faces, has to answer a few questions as to what their purpose is. They don't really bother a lot with the three of you, considering you look nothing like what Dina would look like.
Yeah.
They still seem to be on the lookout for Dina quite intently. You continue on with your travel towards the high town where the Abjurer makes his home, and once you reach the gate, you hear Emerus and Damir the very familiar sound of "State your purpose."
We have come to inform Arthur about the current situation regarding Dina and the glyphs.
Accepted, and the gate starts to open, and locks and starts to open by itself.
All right. Emrys leads the way inside.
All right.
Demir follows third.
All right.
You continue on then, and as you reach the entrance, you do see there is a tray floating in midair with three glasses of red wine on top.
Emrys once again just kind of politely shakes their head. Simply water will be fine for me, thank you.
With the rest of you?
Looks to
I'll take a cup of wine.
Okay.
Just water.
Okay. You see the tray like floating away, and at the same time another one comes out of what seems to be the kitchen area with two glasses of water, very chilled.
Emrys takes a glass of water.
All right. So I want all three of you to roll me a Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy. I made it.
Kyoho, of course.
That would have been a really nice roll during my one-on-one duel.
Oh
but
yes,
no.
it would.
Yeah.
Oh,
It had to happen during-
look at these
Jeez.
rolls.
I kind of want to use my hero point just to see if I can
You can if you want.
get a 20 myself.
The
You know what? All right, I'm gonna use the hero point just to try and get the natural 20.
20.
0 earlier.
Almost.
Close.
Almost. Holy
0.
shit! All right. So
Unnatural 19. Close enough.
all three of you feel relaxed, extremely relaxed, not overly relaxed, but you're in a good mood. You're in a very good mood.
Would we be aware
Oh,
that
you are aware that a glass of water and a glass of wine would not get you this jolly.
Emery's just kind of like silently looks towards Demir and Kyoho to see if they're acting unusual, and presumably not.
Sort of just like glaring at the wine.
Demir's taking ample notes, as always. Yes, interesting. Quite. It seems when taking apart this water, that's quite interesting. I wonder.
Yeah, Emery's just kind of looks towards Demir, just like, I actually, okay, I just want to check something. So my telepathic speech,
Mm-hmm.
all it notes is that just with a bonus action, I can form this connection. So I don't actually need to do anything to do this. So I can just
No. You just look at the person and you can speak to them.
then without making any outward gestures, Emrys just looks towards Demir first, and Demir just hears inside of his head. In case you did not pick up, there appears to have been something in the water, though.
Oh yes, quite. It seems very interesting. He's all in his head. He's like, I'm taking notes on it. It's very curious.
Yes.
A bit concerning, but I also, I mean,
Yes,
that's fine.
It would be wise not to insinuate anything.
Oh sure. You worry too much, Imris, and Demir feeling good due to the effects and happy is just
While
feeling happy.
While Demir is rambling, Emrys is like already switched the connection to Kyoho.
Demir keeps thinking in his head as if he's talking to Imris without realizing.
Yeah, then Kyoho also hears inside her head. Kyoho, do not react to this. This is Emrys. In case you are not aware, there appears to have been something in the water. It would be wise not to insinuate anything or react to this. Just act as if everything's normal.
Yeah, okay. Well, I had wine, and there seems to be something in it too. But yeah, I get you.
Emrys just
Also, are we going to tell the others about the blood pact or not? This is a mental conversation.
Yeah, perfect.
Emrys just kind of like nervously looks aside, like, eventually, perhaps, if it is necessary. But
Okay.
Emrys just like walks forward.
Okay.
I like to imagine that during the night, Callahan had a dream that Maul was like trying to very obviously hint at blood packs, but he just wasn't getting it.
Yeah. You just saw like several dreams of an inkwell full of blood and a contract being signed and stuff like that. But
He's been like, "Whoa, red ink! That'd be great for correcting papers. Like that's a perfect color if someone made a mistake. Brilliant, Maul."
Yeah. So all three of you are made to wait 15 minutes, as per usual. You are not ushered anywhere. You are left to wait in the hall for 15 minutes. Yes, that is indeed how Arthur Dane does things.
I think at this point, because Emrys and oh my god, my brain is off. Demir.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of Demir's name for a second. Because Emrys and Demir are, aware of this now, they would probably just be like talking about something.
Mm-hmm.
just like expecting that they have a bit of time to waste and not to like wait kind of with their breaths.
Demir is definitely talking to Emrys at length inside of his mind.
All right, but at the end of those 15 minutes, the familiar now figure of the abjurer Arthur appears at the top of the stairs with a new suit, a green and golden suit with white leggings that seem to be more expensive than probably all of your equipment combined. Except for maybe the sword. Yep.
I just said very expensive pajamas.
Oh, yes,
Very.
basically. You see him with a new haircut. He seems to have cut it a bit shorter, but he does have his beautiful, clean-shaven face. In he is still a handsome man in his late 40s, early 50s. As he looks around, greetings. It hasn't been that long since I've seen you two. And who is? And you see him disappear in a puff of smoke and appear behind Kyoho, his arm on her waist, looking down at her. This beautiful,
She
beautiful
moves and puts a
lady.
hand on her sword.
Oh my. Quite the feisty one, isn't she? I like it.
Yes, this is Kyoho. She is one of our allies. She has been very instrumental in well, the news we're about to convey to you.
Oh,
regarding-
I am sure she has been very instrumental. And he like taps Damir's shoulder and winks.
Why did you bring Kyo?
Demir is just, he kind of just stares back and continues to try and talk to Emrys in his mind.
Oh, I would really like to get to know you better. And he moves his hand to cup Kyoho's chin.
She's going to continue to back away.
Can I
Okay.
just ask how tall is he?
Arthur? How tall is Arthur?
Yeah, how tall is Arthur?
Arthur is about 6 feet tall.
Oh, okay, he's pretty tall then.
Yeah.
Still not as tall as Kyo. I was just in my head. It was like, oh, he's looking down at her. He's cupping her chin, but then it's like, okay, but is he actually like tall enough to do this, or is he like
She is still taller.
guys?
Oh my god, another rain! What the hell is with the rains?
Oh yeah.
Yeah!
Dino Bam! Thank you so much for the raid, man! Hi! Welcome, Raiders!
You're just in time to see a weird old. Well, he's not that old actually, but a weird wizard guy perv on an Oni woman.
Ah, yes, of course. the perfect time to check out.
Oh man, that's a Majima Park. That's a really good emote.
That's a
Yeah.
really good emote. Nice. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, man. Welcome, Raiders. This is a D&D stream with the Misfits. If you want to know more about the Misfits, check them out. Two of them are indeed streamers. And they are, one of them is currently being perved on quite intensely by a wizard, which I am playing.
I wonder if you look at these beautiful portraits we have.
Oh yes,
which one it is?
yes. Look at the art. Look at the beautiful art that my players have drawn for themselves.
You guessed right.
Full arts.
Especially the one on the far left, which is by far the
Yes,
greatest
of course.
them all.
All right. Anyway,
I got a friend that's got a Yakuza emote I'm sub to. So I'm gonna post that for fans.
Oh yes, the Yakuza lady, the one that made my emotes, also has Yakuza emotes that I am quite fond of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. actually, she will be in a one shot with me sometime soon.
Nice. See if I can't watch that.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. As I was saying, the pervy wizard turns to Kyoho and goes, "Why, kitten, you don't need to be so scared. I don't bite much."
I'm beginning to see why Dina hates you so much.
Quite the forward one, aren't you? Quite.
Her hand is still on her sword.
Right.
My apologies, Arthur. She, well,
No offense taken, my dear. She is quite entertaining. Now, did you like the drinks? And he starts walking to one of the rooms, signaling for you to follow.
yes, thank you very much. The water was quite crisp.
Yes. It seems like you've handled the effects quite well. It was supposed to bring you so much joy, yet you're still just. Eh.
Well, one such as us, we will not be affected by most magics as easily.
That is a shame. No magic here, though. It was merely a concoction that I procured for a party. I wanted to test it out, if you will. Seems like I'll have to increase the dosage.
Remind me to never to go to one of your parties.
Oh,
I
my dear, you would love it, and I am sure many would love you.
would personally advise against increasing the dosage, as unless most people going to your party are ones such as us who would um, be likely to resist its effects.
Noted. Anyway, take a seat, and he goes back to his wonderful lounge chairs, and you see one of them floating slowly towards the other two and settles down. And then he looks at the chair, gives a little signal, and the chair floats closer to his own chair. Go, "Kitten, would you please?" As he looks towards Kyoho.
I'll stand.
Oh, feisty, aren't you? Now, and he sits down. What do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Yes, well, we simply believed that given what we had come to you last time, and given what we have accomplished since then, it would be wise to inform you of the situation. I'm sure you've no doubt heard of the
The rat's demise, yes.
exactly that. Yes.
Good job. I am quite sure you played a great part in it, didn't you? And as he looks uh, towards Kyoho.
Not really.
Yes, I highly doubt that. Yes, did you find Dina? Is she,
We did briefly catch sight of Dina.
Oh, you did?
Unfortunately, it was during the fight with Sketch, and
Yes, the giant rat man took a bit of a priority. I'm sure you can understand.
Well,
yes, did wish.
each person has their own priorities, I suppose. That he's like, he's already just looking at his nails, not seeming very interested.
Yes, we did wish to pursue Dina. However, she used magics to prevent our immediate following.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me that any magic that Dina has been using was enough to distract you? Has she
Not,
been? Has she improved that much in the little
Well,
time
there
she's
was
been away?
also the giant rat we were fighting.
Oh, of course, dear. I am not judging you. You are lovely as you are.
Her hand's gonna stay on her sword.
Careful, dear.
yes,
That seems sharp.
it would not have required a particularly complex spell. in order to simply mask her escape while we were preoccupied.
Well, it is a shame. It is a shame. What do you
This
need
is
from me?
Well, firstly, we simply wish to inform you, while we did wish to find these glyphs, we were unfortunately unable to. However, we believe that, as Kyoho stated quite subtly earlier, uh, Dina certainly does not hold you in high regard, we believe. Um,
Neither do I of her.
yes, and for that reason, um, in order to potentially recover these scrolls, or at least find Dina, as she is responsible for what has happened to some degree, um, we were perhaps wondering if, by any means, you do uh, find any information regarding Dina. She may be pursuing you for, um, well, I don't believe she would simply wish to rejoin you. She may have more, though I'm sure she wouldn't succeed, but she may have more nefarious plans in
My
mind.
dear Amaris, do you think a person of my standing and of my skill would be threatened in any way by a mongrel like Dina?
Not at all, but rather, we don't believe that such an incident would be even necessary for you to personally handle, which is why we are offering, if you do come across any information, you can simply contact us and we shall do what we can to secure Dina.
Well, if you're searching for her, power to you. If you do find her, I'd be very interested in um, discussing matters personally with her. You understand?
Yes.
Good, good. So, if you plan on continuing this little investigation, I do have a few scrolls that I have not recovered yet. If you do come across them, I would like very much to have them back. They were a little bit costly to make. They're it's paltry magic, but the materials, you understand.
Yes. We will see what we can do.
Of course.
You've recovered some of the scrolls then?
Of course, they came to me.
How?
Oh my, the sheriff himself brought them. I was quite surprised. Asked for quite the reward.
Hmm.
I see.
Emily just kind
Interesting.
of like narrows their eyes. I see.
Hmm.
Well, that would explain why they insisted they search Sketch's premises first.
No, yes.
Yes.
Well, not counting the, I
But
believe, three that
regard
were used, I would say she might still have access to one or two. Supposing she didn't mess up all her castings. That tends to happen with lesser mages.
So there were three that were used, and how many did the guards give unto you? Return to you?
Oh, two, yes.
Yes, and there was okay. Would
right.
you?
Well,
I understand that you don't exactly know where she is, obviously, but is there any sort of? You knew her at one point. Do you think that you would, perhaps in such a situation, still potentially be in town, or potentially even trying to enact some sort of revenge upon you, or possible that you would just have left for greener pastures in some other city?
Do you think I understand what goes on in the mind of commoners such as herself? No, no. If I were in her shoes, I'd make myself scarce from town. But how can I understand her logic?
Yes, quite so. Demir trying to channel Imris as best as he can.
And
Yes.
he goes back to Kyoho, looks at her, gives her a wink.
Hand still on sword.
It's, of course, unfortunate that we could not get these scrolls before the guards. Obviously, since we had offered them to you.
I got them all the same. I don't care.
Exactly. That is my point. The point is that you have recovered at least some of the scrolls, regardless, for which I am glad. And other than seeing if you, well, asking if you could contact us if in any way Dina makes herself known to you, or you learn anything of Dina, and informing you of what has happened regarding Sketch and Dina, that is the reason we've come. Well, and of course to enjoy your company.
Well, I do know the guards seem to be very focused on finding her. Apparently, they took offense to what happened in town. But if you are
It's no
looking for her,
surprise.
yes?
It's the same reason that we are searching for her. It is
Yes.
certainly not acceptable what she has done.
Yes, of course, of course. Well, with so many people looking for her, I'm sure she'll turn up eventually. She's not smart enough to avoid all of you. So many
Yes.
eyes.
Well, thank you very much for your wisdom and for your drinks.
Is that all you came for the visit? Well, you did introduce me to this wonderful red angel.
Yes. Well, your time has been very much appreciated.
Yes,
But
yes, yes. And he puts his hand in front of you, Emerus, and goes, "My dear, I'm sorry, that didn't seem to catch your name the first time around. I was preoccupied with your beauty." Yo?
Oh, I thought you said Emrys.
Oh no, no.
Oh,
He
no.
puts his hand in front of Emerus to shut them up, and then he turns to you and
Ah.
says that.
Okay.
Emmerich is just kind of smiling, but like,
Oh my god.
Demir is still trying to talk with Emrys.
Kyoho will just say Kyoho.
Oh, wonderful name, very exotic. Would you, perchance, would you accompany me to a party tomorrow night?
No.
Oh, oh, that is such a hurtful way of rejecting me. I like that. I like a feisty one. Now, a second question. You seem to be apt with the sword. Are you looking for a new employer? I can pay you very handsomely.
I'm not interested.
Even for, let's say, 5,000 gold for the month.
No.
Oh my. Are you trying to drive a hard bargain?
Kyo has well, she has certain goals herself, of course, and she's an individual who is hard to pin down.
Ah, yes. Well, perhaps if we have a private conversation, the two of us, we might come to an understanding.
Perhaps, but I'm not interested in having such conversations today.
Are you truly not? And Gyoho, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Good
Oh.
thing wisdom's one of my good saves.
Yeah?
And that because I'm a wisdom based person and have my ability to it, I don't have proficiency. Oh no!
Cool.
Chuckles, I'm in danger.
Gyoho. I mean, might not hurt to talk to him for a little bit. That's the thing that's coming to your mind.
Choho hears Emra's voice.
Oh,
uh,
Emrys, both you and Damir, he did cast a spell. He obviously cast a spell. Because you're magic users, you noticed this.
Emra's just kind of like steps forward, like not fully in between, but like slightly in between, just like Arthur, with the greatest respect, I would appreciate if you did not cast spells on my companions.
You see the man go from the smile that he's had this whole time to look at you, and for the first time, Emrys, he is looking at you like you are so far beneath him that he's not even entertaining a smile and to be courteous. Gives you this glare that you've seen Albion give you so many times.
Emra's is still just like smiling,
Huh.
just standing there.
Well, looks at Kyoho again. I suppose there will be other times when we can meet. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Thank you for
Indeed.
your time once again. We will be leaving now.
Oh, yes, that reminds me. Emerys.
Yes. Yes.
I've been talking to Albion. He seemed very interested to know that you are here. Of course, I did not tell him, but he seemed to learn of such news recently. Is there perhaps a reason why he was unaware of your location, as you're his student after all?
Well, in a journey such as this, I cannot simply, every time I change locations, immediately inform Albion. Such things take time. Unlike you, I do not have access to such long-range communication
Yes.
immediately.
Well, of course you don't. But he did ask me for a favor, and we are research partners, and you could call it friends, and I did tell him I would tell you if I met you that do not leave town until he speaks with you. Understood?
No, thank you very much.
Good. Have a good day. I will be adjusting the quantities and concentration of my new concoction.
Of course. I wish you luck.
And he just waves you away. You
Emra's,
make your way.
Demir kind of grabs a hold of Kyoho and makes sure he can
Yeah,
guide her away.
and just
Yo,
like,
the idea of talking to him in private still sounds decent enough.
I'm going to trust my mage friends, though.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you make your
talking to
way
him
out.
in private sounds like a bad idea. But wait a minute. I'm a hermit. I don't like talking to people at all.
Yeah, you leave the mansion, no problem.
Okay. As soon as we're out, well, not as soon as we're out, Emrys will just kind of like look back, and try and get a few blocks, just between them, and then just like we should leave town as soon as possible.
Yes. If anything, to,
Agreed.
again, tool.
Well, it was perhaps not the greatest idea to bring Kyoho along. Kyoho, are you feeling okay?
Give me a little while to get over whatever it was he was trying to do to me in there. Between the drink and the spell, I believe you said he cast on me.
Yes, with the drink, to be completely honest, I'm kind of curious as to what he intended to do with me as well.
Well, I believe mostly he wished to get us in a more favorable mood overall so that he could, well, you saw what he attempted to do with Kyoho. If we were not in our right minds, it may have gone
Right.
more favorably for him. Such an individual is, well, unsavory but useful.
Yes, uh, yes, perhaps leaving, as you said. If well, I won't try and to ask of you about that whole business with your master. But if you think that leaving town might be the best course of action, then perhaps that. And while he seems to be a bit uppity about the whole thing, he did suggest that perhaps Dina would have left town anyways herself. And to be completely honest, I'm not exactly sure what sort of leads we could get here. I mean, we have on one hand, Ivy doesn't know her location, and the town's guards can only do so much themselves. And
The town guards are
it would
probably
be
only tracking the exits that they know, and she could have picked up something from any one of the criminal contacts she's come across in order to find a way
Yes.
past the walls without them noticing. In which case,
Yes.
continuing our focus here.
Yes, and not to
But,
mention, of course, that the very fact that of that man and his mysterious benefactor, that the longer we try and stay in town and perhaps look for things, perhaps the worse off we might be. So
It is curious that not only was I forgot his name again, the blonde guy, what was he called?
Yoru.
It is curious that Yoru was so intent on searching for Dina, and the town guard as well now is very intent on searching for Dina. It may, well, it provides some clues that perhaps these two individuals are, or these two groups are working for the same higher cause or higher being.
there are many different possibilities, yes.
Regardless, the when Arthur asking me to stay in town under these circumstances makes me very much want to not agree with them. So
I understand.
Yes, I agree.
let us.
Too many people and ulterior motives and trying to, well, screw them all. Let's just head out of here.
Yes. Perhaps after today, we can, or perhaps even today, although it might be late, we can see about heading out.
It is still morning, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps the sooner the better.
Indeed.
Yes, let's
So
meet up with Callahan and
I'm mostly thinking about just in case Ivy procures some information.
if Dina was not staying around here, I'd think that she'd probably head towards the port to try to get away as fast as possible.
Yes, at least she would be. Yes, I agree.
It's at least the closest thing we have to a lead, so if Ivy complains, we could say that we are hunting down the only lead we had.
Yes, we
If Yoru shows up again, we could say that we were going on our way out of the area to not look for her, because she could be anywhere.
are. Or, well, not look for her because she may be in the city. So we're leaving the area she's most likely to be.
Yes.
In any case, let us return to Callahan and perhaps convey this information.
Yes.
In the meantime, Callahan, roll me an investigation since you're looking for jobs that lead to Feywave.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. 17. You actually found work that can lead you to Feywave. There seems to have been an outbreak of horrible banditry along the way, and a merchant is seeking some protection. He will pay you for accompanying him and his merchandise to Feywave, and in return, you will protect him and make sure none of his stuff gets destroyed or stolen. It's not much, but you do get paid five gold per person.
And what's he transporting?
He transports ancient or valuable art, different pieces from paintings to statues. He is currently, from what he says, looking to get a Feywave so he can take them to Wallgate.
So he's offering me 5 gold pieces to escort him
For the
and
2 days, yes.
vast riches of art and statues that he has.
Yes. Do you want to haggle on the payment? Is that what you're trying to imply?
Wait for the face.
I'm going to haggle with him in the sense that 5 gold pieces is a drop in the well of what it is that he's carrying.
Roll persuasion. Okay. He looks at you, sees your armor, sees you're well built. You say there's 3 of you, 3 more of you.
There is indeed, yeah.
All right. Tell you what, 10 gold apiece per day. If we take 2 days, that's 20 gold apiece. Fair enough, aye?
I mean, it's probably going to take us longer than 2 days, but I understand how the math works out, yeah.
Should be 2 days to get there. I'm gonna be on a carriage.
Well, provided you have the room for the rest of us, and yeah, I guess that'll work out.
Aye. We have a deal, lad.
Yeah, I'll just tell the others, and I'll get back to you. I'll meet you at the gate, yeah.
Tomorrow morning.
I was actually just gonna look to leave now. There's no real reason for us to be staying now.
None of my stuff is packed.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand with that. Don't worry about it.
All right, free of not paying you for that.
Be kind of weird if you didn't pay me for it, though, right?
He turns around and goes back to his stuff.
I mean, you're looking to pay someone to move your things for you, right? And it's safer to get things done quicker than not, right?
You want to go today, right? Then you're gonna do the work for free. If not, we're going tomorrow.
All right, we'll see how things unfold. Peace.
All right.
Oh.
And as you turn around, you see the 3 of them walking with a bit hurried pace towards you.
Yo, you guys ready to go?
Tavir and Emrys are probably just like nudging Kyoho, just like, Kyoho, no, we won't go to talk to Arthur again. That's magic. That's not your.
And we're leaving today, right? As soon as possible. Whatever it takes.
I mean, if it's whatever it takes, I hear this one guy over here is willing to give us like travel across 20 gold pieces each if we watch over your shit, and then he'll give us a ride in his carriage.
That's
He can leave today.
Yeah, we just gotta pack up the cart. You guys down for that, or what?
All right.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Sure.
the
We can do
cart-
that. Just fine.
Kyoho does not like this town.
to be Kyoho or
Something weird in the water. The
Callahan.
sheriff's not
Something weird in the
great.
water.
Lots of
whether it's the
questions.
cistern or the arcane tower.
Yes, lots of questions. So you all gather the art seller's materials. You carefully place them all in the carriage, and you see him bid his wife goodbye with the deepest and longest and kind of uncomfortable French kiss. ever, and you get on the back of the carriage while one of you rides next to him, because there's no space for all four of you in the back, and you start heading out of Westreach for the first time. And I believe that is a good place to end the session.
The DM needs to figure out what's gonna do now that the party just said we're leaving. Bye.
Actually, I had several stuff prepared. One of them including we want to leave. So that is not
That's
a
good.
problem. It
That's
was
good.
just more of a timing thing.
Yeah,
The real
it's
problem.
session overtime. So yeah.
Yeah.
The real problem is that he failed to kill Kyoho.
Ah, yes. Ah, that was disappointing. I'm kidding.
Still looking for this first victim.
Sorry, this isn't my first duel in a D&D game as a monk.
Well,
really had first she had to fight an Oni, then she had to fight a pervy wizard in a mental battle.
yes, this was a very, very difficult encounter-filled session for Kyoho.
Yep.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen that stuck around, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really, really appreciate everyone. I appreciate my players. Wonderful players, wonderful RP, as per usual.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm still gonna kill you though. But anyway, I will be finding someone to raid, and I hope you stick around for the raid. You're gonna get points, and then you can give my players hero points, and possibly kill one of the PC. Yeah, it helps.
It helped, kind
Or
of.
make
I think I
people
got like one
compliment
extra
you
attack
too,
out of the
baby.
3 I spent.
Oh, by the way, that one extra attack was really needed because if you rolled 9 damage on that last attack. If you rolled an 8, a 7 or lower, he would have still had 1 HP left. So, yeah.
And then he would have gotten a whole extra turn while I was at 1 HP.
Yes.
It really is kind of incredible that you survived to begin with.
Yeah.
I know. Well, like I said in the Discord when we were chatting during game, I could have thrown that fight if I wanted to.
Yep, you could have.
But I did my best. I used all of my resources, which was exclusively key points and nothing else.
The worst part is that, like, if you had lost, like, you didn't. Emrys like wasn't aware this was like a duel to the death or anything at all. Like,
Yeah.
Nope.
and Emrys had no reason to believe it was. So like, and Emrys had no health potions or anything, or any way to heal Kyo.
Yep.
So,
Well,
like,
thankfully things worked out. So, I am going to raid Ginger Snap Sirius, who is one of the players that is going to be in a one-shot I am planning with the Yakuza Lady and Shop Sans and a few other streamers. Really
Nice.
good, cool people. It is going to be a one-shot with a Yakuza theme. Yeah. So that's going to be fun. And she is one of the players. She's currently playing Resident Evil 7. So
I'll stay for the raid and then duck out fast because, ooh, scary zombies, no.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to have Saturday is going to be Pathfinders. And then next Tuesday, hopefully, more Misfits. And no TPKs. No TPKs. Bye. Okay. Thank you so much,
It wouldn't have
guys.
been a TPK today. It would have just been 1 death.
Ah, well, it's
Maybe
a
2
fourth
if
of-
Emrys had retaliated.
Yes, a fourth or half a TPK is fine. All right, guys. Gonna do the raid now. Thank you so much, and see you next time.
Bye. You want to do that shout out real quick? Oh, no, it's too late.
Oh, sorry.
Hi. Hi, Vegeta.
Uh,
Hi, Vegeta.
Woo, that was a thing.
Hi, AJ. Oh, Massive Effect, thank you for rating me. I really
I find it funny that it was the one guy said, "Oh, hey, I'll stop looking for Dina, and I'll give you information about this halfling. Demir said no, and then no one else brought it up again.
Thank you for following me. How are you? AJ,
I was so scared for Kyoho. I was really
I
so
was scared
fucking
too.
scared for Kyoho.
I didn't realize it was to the death either, and so like once like I figured out that the other Oni died, I was like, oh shit.
That's why Emerald's just kind of freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, wait, he's dead.
Yes, I can. I've been
Yeah.
handling it pretty well so far.
All right.
It's a duel to the death. That's how we roll. I signed up for this.
You
when
signed
I
up for
made
this?
My Oni.
Yeah.
Spiral proxy.
I was going into that fight going,
thank you
either
for
I'm gonna
following me.
get
How
that
are
cool
you?
sword, or I'm gonna get a new character.
And you know what? You got that cool sword.
Yes, the black
I did.
Win-win situation.
Yeah.
No, you're fine,
Yeah.
AJ. Hi.
All right, guys. I actually have to log off, but love you guys so much. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna go get dinner
for-
started. So yeah.
Thank you for the
Also,
session,
there's
guys.
one last thing I wanted to say real
I
quick
love
before you
that
leave.
cute
Yeah.
I love
A
that cute
TPK
little
is a
octopus emote.
TPK. You
Anytime
can't
gets
say
put
it's
in
only
the
half.
That's only
Yeah,
a T.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Psycho.
Okay.
How
Fair
are
enough.
you?
Fair enough. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the session.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
So
Bye.
there's a story behind that.
Later.
Also,
Hey.
there's a story behind that. You know, my original model, my first one that I always use, that I like to use unless it's all my outfits, it broke. So last stream, the reason why it was being all weird is, well, it didn't break, but it's so outdated that I think it's so outdated because I created it a while ago and they've already had so many updates on VC Face and Viewer Studio that I think I don't think it can handle it anymore because these ones move fine. Like my newer ones, they move really good. But my original one needs some work. I need to rework it. So I'll be in random outfits for the time being. Not very little, but fun for sure. Yeah! So how's everybody doing? How are you? Paladin, hi, how are you doing? We gotta talk. Yes, we do! We do! We do! I'm excited. Why did it break? I don't know. No, all I have to do is like rework it. That's all. Like I have to remake it in like the new updated one. So it'll be okay. Don't worry. JC, thank you for resubscribing for 6 months. God damn. Also, hi JC. How are you? I think I've had a great day so far. Went for my monthly grocery run. Ooh, nice. I'm doing well. Thank you, Falcon Lord. I love your name. Good, I didn't kill my players this time, so here's proof that I take care of my players. That's good. Nobody died. That's great. Yes. Okay, Paladin. Yes, I can. Actually, a lot of you guys probably haven't even seen the rest of this outfit. Whee! Hello. This is my outfit. I have leggings that are kind of similar to these socks. Yeah, I know, right, JC? Lamb, hi, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you, Massive. Thank you. They're socks. They're like thigh-high socks. Yosi, hi, how are you? I know I'm little. I come back to leg. Hi, Night. Hi, JC. Okay, alright, have a good day at work. Don't work too hard. Okay, good night, Massive. Thanks for the raid again. Get some sleep. We'll talk about it, because I'm excited. Have a good night. Tippy toes. Sargos, thank you for resubscribing. I really appreciate it. You proved you are 5'1", so you aren't even. You're 5. I'm not as tiny. You're right. I'm not as tiny. I am little, but I'm not as tiny as I thought I was. Doing good. How are you, Yosi? I could probably make a lot of money selling gingerly photos. Astadaf, hello. How are you? hosting me.